Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns traded two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams. The teams announced yesterday the Browns received Jared Verse, a first-round draft pick in 2027, a second-round pick in 2028, and a third-rounder in 2029. Myles Garrett wasn't the only big name traded in the NFL yesterday. The Eagles moved wide receiver A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots for a first-round pick in 2028 and a 2027 fifth-round pick. On the diamond, the Cincinnati Reds lost the Kansas City Royals 9-2 yesterday. Before the game, they placed shortstop Ellie De La Cruz on the 10-day IL with a hamstring injury. And on the ice, the Stanley Cup Final will get started tonight as puck drop for Game 1 between the Vegas Golden Knights and Carolina Hurricanes is set for 8 o'clock. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He is not Tyvis. He is Joshua Perry. Good morning, JP. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. We always like to say good morning, go to hell on this show. And it is, of course, a day where there's a lot going on today, all right? We got some big sports news. We'll get to that. It is also a little thing called a Hot Take Tuesday. So we have that going on. All right, so you can get your hot takes in at Bone and Tyvis 971 or on the YouTube chat. The Bone and Tyvis thing, that was at Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter. /X, whatever you call it. But also on YouTube, just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You can get in the comment section there, and you can let us know what you're thinking. So we have all that going on. We also are on tsunami warning. Tsunami is making landfall today. Apparently, that is happening this morning. So we are waiting for updates.
Oh, boy.
Our guy, Tyvis Powell, on the arrival of his new baby boy. So congratulations to them. That's going to be a momentous occasion, but we're going to get updates on that throughout the show, I'm quite sure. So
I would guess before the show's conclusion, we will have a baby on board.
I'm hoping we will have a tsunami. Yeah, we'll get to have that.
He said
finally.
58 minutes out.
Okay. All right. So he's in the chat.
There we go. Hey,
Tyvis is in the chat.
Yeah, he is. Look,
in
this
the
is
delivery room.
Third child, man. He's done this before. This is a seasoned veteran. He is a pro.
I know that, but
Oh, man, I'm hyped for my guy.
it does feel a little bit like yesterday where I'm watching. So they had the Browns, like Cleveland Browns Foundation golf outing. Todd Monken's there. Andrew Berry is there. And I see Andrew Berry talking to the media, and he's just like, yeah, so there is a trade in place for Myles Garrett. Deal's not done. We're working through the particulars, but it's like you're talking about the trade as it's happening in the midst of it happening. I know you're at a golf outing and this is a charity thing, and I'm sure it's a good thing for him to be there and all that, but it was just weird to hear Andrew Berry talking in the middle of this very delicate and intense process.
Sure.
This huge thing happening. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're in the midst of we haven't worked out the details yet. It's like, you haven't worked out the details of the trade involving the franchise player?
I will say, I think Tyvis's situation this morning is a little bit more delicate and more intense.
That is true.
Than Andrew Berry talking about the trade in place. So
I completely agree with that.
Man.
So yeah, we'll keep you updated on all that as we go forward. So here's the reality. We are currently dealing with the fact that the news broke yesterday. I saw it happened, I believe, during Rothman and Ice, because I saw Matty Ice was going to talk about something, and he said, forget what I was going to talk about.
had a cell phone, got the push notification.
Yeah, this came down. So it's what, about 18 hours old, something like that? The news coming that Myles Garrett is now going to the Los Angeles Rams, out there with Stan Kroenke. So he'll be in L.A., and in return, what do the Browns get? Well, they get Jared Verse, who is a very nice outside linebacker, defensive edge rusher.
Right.
Solid player, first round type talent.
Yeah.
Defensive rookie of the year 2 years ago. Carson Schwetzinger was that this year. So that's 2 years. Now you have the two guys who won that award on this young defense. Now that's a good thing. I'm not going to deny that that's a good, I don't know if you want to call that a first round pick in like spirit, because I'd rather have the guy who can play than the first round pick that might be a guy who can play?
So that was one of my big takeaways, because we'll get into the haul, and I know some people are like, man, you should have gotten more for Myles Garrett. But my whole idea here is I'd rather get the player than the pick, because I don't trust them with the pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, this is not just a Browns thing. Like, a lot of people can screw that up. Just take the player.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't disagree with that logic. I will say, I'm telling you that, like, I am of the opinion personally that this is on the surface. Like, I don't dislike who they got back as far as the defensive player in Jared Verse. I think he's good. Not as good as Myles Garrett, but who is, right? That's not the point. The picks after that do nothing for me. Like a first-round pick next, like in 2027's draft, that sounds good until you realize the Rams are now the odds-on Super Bowl favorite.
Right.
So the chances that that pick's going to be like a higher pick than 20, or higher, lower, whatever the number is here, that's going to be picking before number 25 in the draft.
Sure.
You're probably picking after pick 25.
Right.
With that pick.
But can you flip that into more capital?
That's what I don't know, because next year's draft is so quarterback heavy, supposedly, although those of us who followed college football and NFL football this time last year were saying the same thing about the 2026 draft.
First-round pick.
DJ Lagway was going to go second overall to the Browns in a mock draft that I saw last year.
Yeah.
Woo! Like that.
I know.
So let's all take a big, deep breath on it may not be that again this year.
Sure.
But maybe it will be. I don't know. But if it does pan out that there is a actual big quarterback-rich draft this year, then sure, you have a piece now that maybe with whatever the Browns pick is, spoiler alert, probably going to be top 10. They're going to have a little bit that they can package to a team. Like, I'm not wishing this on anybody. I'm just making an example.
No, wish it.
If Josh Allen and the Bills if he goes out week 2 and his arm fell off and he can't play the rest of the year and they stitch it back on, but it's like Mr. Potato Head, takes a while for this to, I don't know. Then they could be picking top 5 if something like that happened. And then they're not going to pick a quarterback. You could possibly trade with a team like that. I'm just throwing a team out there to say, I understand that logic. But one, that's not a guarantee that that's going to happen. 2, most of the teams that are up there, maybe that gets you, I mean, who knows? The Browns going to be picking number 1. This is a moot point anyway.
Right.
Which, that leads me to my larger issue with this trade.
Go ahead.
The issue I have is that if you go look at what the Rams have done the last 10 or so years with their first-round pick, they haven't had one.
Yeah, they picked twice.
Yeah, and one of those picks was Jared Goff, who they eventually used as a player to get Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
And then I believe the other pick they've made was this year with Ty Simpson.
Sure.
And that's it. In between that, they've drafted no one in the first round. That is a team that has had Super Bowl aspirations, has been in the Super Bowl hunt, has won a Super Bowl more often than not over the last decade, right? So this is where I feel like something has to be thought of when you see a good team like them it's not baseball where there's no salary cap. They're under the salary cap limitations too. They have players that cost them a ton of money. But they still found a way, even after winning a Super Bowl. And remember how everybody got paid, and then the next year, I think after that, or 2 years after that, they were abysmal because they had to. Well, they've found their way through that and out of that, and they're now back to being a competitive NFC team that's up there and has a chance to go to the Super Bowl every year. Yeah. And meanwhile, the Browns sit here going, well, if only that Deshaun Watson contract wasn't so big.
That's the difference. That's what they don't make those moves, though.
Yes. The good teams don't always look to next year's draft and go, think about who we could get in next year's draft.
For sure.
They're focused on winning now.
But
they
once
actually
you're there,
try to win now.
But once you're there and you do all the dumb that leads up to being like, man, this roster is not very good and we're not going to be a competitive team, you have to shift your mindset. Like, you can't think about this year anymore. Like, you know the year is going to be bad. So, the mistakes were made years before we got to this point. And the good teams just don't do stuff like that.
I want to credit the Browns for having self-awareness. I think that this was absolutely the right move.
I agree.
I'm one of those people that are like, the Angels should have traded Mike Trout 10 years ago, and they should have traded Shohei Ohtani before they lost him. When you have a generational talent and you know you're not going to do anything with it, what is the point of just keeping it around? And
Dylan, completely agree with you. This is where my problem is. You're saying this was the right move. I'm saying it was the right move last offseason.
Well, I feel like they couldn't do it last year because of the cap situation. And
Why not?
And that's why they did the whole restructuring thing where they could essentially split his cap number over 2 seasons. They needed to do all that cap minutia in order to move him. I'm not going to act like I 100% understand the cap move they did, but I know that was part of the reason why they did it.
I'm not misremembering this. Last offseason was where he said, I demand a trade, around the Super Bowl. And then they said, we're absolutely not trading him. And then he said, I want traded. And then they said, here is the most money that pretty much anyone's ever been given who's not a quarterback. And he said, you know what? I saw the plan and I agree with the plan and the vision makes sense now. And I'm going to take the deal. And what I'm saying is, I don't think they were in such cap, maybe they were in cap hell, but still the bigger picture is get out of it and get rid of the guy, get the most back you can for a player 1 year younger and see if you can then from that point add those pieces earlier. So now some of that is starting to come to fruition this year. And as it is now, you've basically told your fan base, don't even worry about this year yet again, which we all knew. We all knew when you started saying, hey, Deshaun Watson might win this job. Right. Go ahead and book it that this season is lost. But now it's obviously they can't lie about that anymore. No. It's out there plain as day for us to all see.
That was the whole point, though. If they would have pretended we're going to make a good run at this thing this year, that would have been a lie. And so being honest makes you make the move that you should, which is trading Myles Garrett. And it was going to be bad. I was on Bishop and Friends, and we were doing the record game. 6 wins is what I had. Make the move. Make the move. There's no reason to try to pretend like anything was going to be good in the first place.
Hire Hugh Jackson. Bring him back. Let's go for 0 or 1 win. Let's do that because let's ensure you get that number 1 pick. Yeah. I'm just saying it does no good to be, hey, we're like the 8th worst team. That does nothing.
I agree with that.
Be the worst team or as bad as you can be without, again, not actually throwing games. I don't expect the players to do that. I don't expect the coaches to do that, but don't hire someone that you think is competent. And hey, maybe they did. I don't know. We'll find out with Todd Monken. I think he's pretty competent, but he's never been a head coach, and he's 60 years old. We're going to see how that goes this year.
Get rid of Denzel Ward, too. Go ahead.
Well, yes, exactly. They're already now saying, he's untouchable. It's like, you said the same thing about Myles Garrett 2 months ago. I don't believe you at all. And also, if this is a youth movement, Denzel Ward's not youth. So you can do that. Go ahead, move him. Now, Andrew Berry had a word salad statement to explain why Myles Garrett is no longer a Brown. We will read that to you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. Right now, we are seeing a crash that we've been monitoring for you for some time. It's going to be in our southeast Columbus area, just outside of Groveport. It's a crash on that 270 southbound ramp to Alum Creek Drive. It is partially blocked right now. Taking a look with our live traffic cam, we are noticing at least 2 cars involved. We have multiple first responders on scene. The ramp is still open. Again, slightly restricted. Make sure to go slow around this area. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Save big money on outdoor storage now at Menards. It's the perfect time to get organized and expand your backyard storage space. Arrow Storage products have you covered with durable, weather-resistant steel sheds that offer long-lasting protection, and they look good for years to come. They're pre-cut and pre-drilled for faster assembly to save you time. Plus, don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
No way, gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Net available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
If you don't have Friday, June 12th circled on your calendar, get out a marker, circle that 12. Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be. Scotty Vegas here, and we're going to be cheering on Team USA in the sportsbook with a big watch party at 9 o'clock. Contest, prizes, plus the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel grand opening is June 12th. Brett Michaels live, fireworks, swag, food trucks, and our watch party. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-589-9966.
Common Man and Timmy. Voted America's dumbest show by Marconi voters. Common Man is a Columbus radio legend. And by legend, I mean it's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. And Timmy is, well, Timmy will complain about anything and everything. And he kind of looks like a woman. Giggity, giggity, giggity. So there's that. Common Man and Timmy.
Sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Ohio's educators are dedicated to their students, but we can't do it alone. We need strong partnerships with parents and community members, and we need support from our local and state leaders to ensure our schools have the resources they need to provide a world-class education for all. When we stand together, our students win.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Think you know Buckeye football? These two say, hold my beer. The Beat with Austin and Berm.
Sponsored by the Waterworks.
Daily on the Fan's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll start off the work week with mostly to partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 50s. Then as we head into the afternoon, expect a nice mix of sun and clouds with highs in the upper 70s. For tonight, mostly cloudy overnight with our lows down into the 50s. And then for Tuesday, we'll see lots of sunshine in the forecast, breezy winds, and highs in the upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Joshua Perry in for Tyvis. We are on tsunami watch, tsunami warning. Tsunami is in effect.
Uh-oh.
Seek higher ground as it is on its way. The baby boy for Tyvis Powell is incoming. We will hopefully get some kind of update today on the show, possibly. So be tuned in for that, of course. It also is our favorite day of the week, Hot Take Tuesday. You can get some of those in at Bone and Tyvis 971, like I said, or the YouTube chat. This one comes from Rusty. Hot take. Tyvis is naming his kid after the Browns. Great. Myles Garrett. Wait, never mind. He's a Ram. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. He's not naming after Myles Garrett.
Joshua, you know Tyvis's wife better than me and T-Bone do. Do you think there's any chance she looks into that baby boy's eyes and says, you know what? You actually do look like a tsunami.
There's no chance in hell. Now, I did this.
Was that whose intro song was No Chance in Hell? Who was that from WWE? Do you remember?
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon. No Chance in Hell. Yeah, that's right.
So
Play that music.
I did this with the girls because they wanted, with their first one, they wanted an L name. And I said La Joshuette would be a great name. And so I've been politicking on To Joshua.
To Joshua, yes.
For months.
Because he needed a T name.
Months. And I don't think that one's going to happen
How
either.
would that be spelled? Is it apostrophe?
It's
T
apostrophe Joshua.
I like how for Tyvis, because the idea, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, was that they wanted a T name for Tyvis.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe his wife, Lauren, said, under no circumstances does there need to be another Tyvis in the world. We have one, that's enough. And so I appreciate that sentiment. I also like it for branding purposes here, but we don't have another Tyvis that at some point we have to, have a confusion on. So that's good. But the reality is it was going to be a T name all the way. Yes. I like it that it would be barely the T in there for Tyvis, and then your full name.
Yes.
Is the way. That would be quite the coup, as I would think that would be quite the coup on the naming side of things. That's right. Not happening. Good pull by you, finding that. Vince McMahon. Oh, well, he's an idiot. I hate him. Alex on a Hot Take Tuesday said, I like the Garrett trade on both sides. Rams are in win Super Bowl now mode. Browns get Verse, star in the making, and a bunch of picks. Okay, again, about those bunch of picks, though, they get a first-round pick in a quarterback-rich draft next year that's probably going to be 25 or between 25 and 32.
Mm-hmm.
How do we say that? Above 25? Because then I could see people saying, oh, you mean like 10th?
Beyond 25.
Yeah, past 25.
Yes.
I think it's very unlikely the Rams are doing anything other than making the NFC Championship game, which puts you in bottom 4 territory on that first round. Now, it's still a first-round pick. It's still late first round. You still get players there. My issue is everything surrounds quarterback. You just had a generational left tackle who's going to the Hall of Fame instantaneously. Joe Thomas. Oh, he's already in there, right? He already went. That happened.
I believe so.
Yeah, he got, I think it was like a couple years ago. So Joe Thomas in the Hall of Fame. Myles Garrett will walk into the Hall of Fame the second. If he retires tomorrow, he's in the Hall of Fame, right? But he will add to his resume.
Sure.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame. So you've had 20 years, essentially. I know there was maybe a little crossover between their two careers, but essentially 20 years of Hall of Famers at two positions that are not the number one position, but they are like 1A and 1B.
Sure.
Left tackle and defensive end, edge rusher, whatever. And that has netted you how many playoff wins?
Well,
how many Super Bowls?
Well,
how many playoff appearances? So clearly quarterback is the thing you have to get right.
Yeah. I mean,
so this next, or whenever the draft is where you think you can go get your quarterback, needs to happen sooner than later. And yet every freaking year it's like, well, not the right time. There's not a guy in this draft. Last year it was Mason Graham time, right? This year it's not time. It's no quarterback, right? And I get it. There wasn't. But my point is, when do you so what are we doing? Kicking the can down to 2029 when they open the damn stadium up?
Absolutely. That's what Tyvis believes. It might be true. So
that's so depressing.
Here are two things that I'm going to be honest about right now. And Tyvis actually shares this sentiment on the first thing is you have the tackle, you have the edge rusher. That doesn't matter. I feel like those positions are inflated because it assumes that you have a competent roster around the rest of those guys where their impact actually matters. But if you're asset quarterback, the tackle doesn't matter because you're not moving the ball anyway.
Right.
If you don't have the offense that can score points, then having an elite edge rusher is just nice. But you can have a guy who has record-setting years, and it doesn't affect winning. So, yeah, all these things are nice on their own, but once again, you have to build a full roster. That's number one. Number two, I know people are trying to be excited about this trade, and I think it was a good trade. I think some people are also getting a little bit ahead of themselves with the Jared Verse conversation.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This dude is a bull rush specialist as of right now. His pass rush tree is way underdeveloped. And if he doesn't find some more moves, like actually beating guys with like set up pass rush moves, we might be looking at a dude who's good but not great. And so that's the other thing is like, let's not get ahead of ourselves on that either. I know there's a little copium going around, but he is a very good young player who still needs to develop a ton if we're going to start talking about him in the conversation of the great edge rushers in the NFL.
Well, to that point, I mean, one of the things that's been talked about a lot was how great this defense is. You can pretty much pencil in this defense helping you keep teams under 3 touchdowns every game, right? If you can keep teams under 20 in the NFL, I think you should be an above 500 team, right?
Yeah.
Like if your defense accounts for 17 or fewer points, let's say,
Sure.
roughly what the Browns, they're around that every year, last few years.
Right.
then I think your offense should be able to generate 3 touchdowns or a combination of 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, whatever, to win you enough games to be above 500 in the NFL. I don't think that's unreasonable. Yet this team has continually underperformed that because their offense, to your point, has been ass.
Yes.
Mostly because their quarterback has been ass. But it's not just, they spread it around.
Yes, no doubt. They
had some issues. They've had injuries too, right? Nick Chubb having multiple injuries doesn't help back in the last few years. All that stuff is real. But not having a plan is the bigger issue. My concern is now you've penciled in a defense that's that good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Myles Garrett going away, what does that do to all these other players who now have, some of them are starting to come into their own. People are aware of them. Now you don't have to account for Myles Garrett on every. Jared Verse, still a very good player, but like you said, maybe a little bit easier to defend him offensively if you're the offensive line. Maybe it's not we have to think about moving 3 guys into position to stop this man. That's not the case now. They can focus on other guys.
So to your point, you would see clips of Myles Garrett rushing, and obviously the tackle's trying to block him. And then they would chip with the tight end, and then they would have the running back get a piece of him on the way out. So if you're an offense, you're looking at concepts and guys en route. Well, really, until the later part of the down, you only have 3 guys in the concept because you're using 2 of them to try to help block this dude who's really good. Well, now if you feel like you can get 5 guys in the concept, all of a sudden there's a little bit more pressure with the guys up front where it's like you got to get home because they're not keeping anybody extra in for protection. The guys in the back, you got to defend. A few more guys in the concept. Like, it changes the way that a defense has to think about their approach.
Yeah. It's almost like, oh, and by the way, the guy who was the architect of that tremendous defense that limited you screwed that up by interviewing him for the head coaching job, telling him he may actually get it, and then deciding, never mind, we're not going to do that.
Oh, man.
Oh, you'll stay defensive coordinator, right?
But you'll be the
hang
DC.
around. You're a sucker, aren't you, like all these other people? No,
man.
He left. And by the way, I don't blame Myles Garrett at all for leaving. I want to put that out there, too, because I've seen that from Browns fans like, oh, I thought you were here for life, bro.
No. We're not going to do that.
I'll tell you what. You want a hot take? It's Hot Take Tuesday. I'll give you a hot take. I have more respect for Myles Garrett than I do Joe Thomas. Because Myles Garrett had a good sense to say, you know what, the hell with this organization. I'm out of here. Joe Thomas, I appreciate, brought his lunch pail, came here to work every day. But you know what? This is the problem with losing cultures.
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
Have a lot of guys who show up every day who are very happy to cash paychecks for dumb organizations. Kevin Stefanski was one of them. Andrew Barry is another one of them that say, I don't care if we win or lose. The Haslams seem to like me, so I'll stick around. I said it last year with Kevin Stefanski. If you're so brilliant and it's not your fault that they keep giving you Deshaun Watson, bad contract you didn't want, they give you dumb receivers, they don't give you the pieces to do this. If that's the case, turn in your resignation and say, screw you. I'll go be a coordinator for 2 years. I'll get back in the head coaching pool, and I'll prove it's not me. It's you.
No,
but instead, he hung around.
I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to put in all the time. I'm going to get this thing changed. I'm not a quitter. I'm committed to the process. If the process is bad, there's no reason to commit to it.
Absolutely right.
You should just go on and get about your business.
Because we had to hear all these stories about how it's not really Kevin Stefanski's fault. And now we hear them all the time with Andrew Barry. It's not really his fault. It was Paul DePodesta. Andrew Barry was like, I'd like to make good moves. And then Paul DePodesta was like, but look at this spreadsheet. And he was like, I guess I have to. I'm sorry. Deshaun Watson, $230 million. Like, maybe it's the fact that these guys are all happy to keep Jimmy and Dee Haslam happy no matter what they say. And they don't actually make good football moves. If it is that they're so brilliant, but they're hamstrung by this dumb organization, don't be losers.
Amen.
Get out of here and go win somewhere else. Myles Garrett just did. Myles Garrett looked at them and said, and Paul DePodesta was like, what happened there?
I'm sorry. I think I fed the YouTube to you guys somehow.
Yeah, whatever. It's time. Anyway, all right. I didn't read Andrew Barry's word salad. I'll give you what he said about Myles Garrett in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. Right now, we are seeing a crash that we've been monitoring for you for some time. It's going to be in our southeast Columbus area, just outside of Groveport. It's a crash on that 270 southbound ramp to Alum Creek Drive. It is partially blocked right now. Taking a look with our live traffic cam, we are noticing at least 2 cars involved. We have multiple first responders on scene. The ramp is still open. Again, just slightly restricted. Make sure to go slow around this area. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic. traffic.
Hey, it's Anthony. Did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? You can get your levels back with Low T Center. They tailor their TRT to every man to make sure his levels are where they need to be. Go to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone test.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Take action with Logan Services. Get up to $900 off with Train Instant rebates and up to $2,000 system discount, plus 10-year parts and labor warranty. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at CapitalFordOfColumbus.com. Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Morning Wood coming up at 6:45. Dylan, I think is working hard on those questions. I saw in the YouTube chat you asked, do you have any questions for Morning
Do my
Wood?
job for me, please. That's what I said in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, so you have that going on. You have a Hot Take Tuesday as well here. We are on baby Tsunami watch. Mario in the chat said Hot Take Tuesday. Tyvis Powell won't be able to leave the hospital with baby Tsunami because you must have a car seat for transport. And to have a car seat, you must have a car. I mean, that is a fair point.
Oh, you guys. You guys.
They do have a car.
Yes.
They do have one car. That is the car that usually stays in their garage for whenever Tyvis's wife, Lauren, wants to drive. But then Tyvis borrows, oftentimes, Cardell Jones's cars.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua, has Tyvis ever borrowed one of your cars?
He's not allowed to borrow.
That's right.
Listen, man, I say it all the time. Cardell is a phenomenal friend. I like my cars. I like driving them, and I'm the only one who gets to drive them.
Yeah, I'm with you on the. See, that is Cardell's a great friend.
He's a phenomenal friend.
And also, I mean, I know he got rid of it, but like the vehicle he used to have, because sometimes I'd walk out here and be like, is there a zombie apocalypse going on?
Yeah.
This truck with like the giant tires and like, I don't know, steer horns on the front of it and like gun racks. I don't know what all was going on with that thing, but it was like, whatever's about to happen, Walking Dead wise, like you're fine. Just hop into this thing and run over zombies.
It doesn't
massive
feel like a truck that a dude from Cleveland drives either, which is hilarious. Just like big lifted truck.
Yeah, maybe like Cleveland, Tennessee. Yeah. I don't know. Like not Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but that's we'll see what happens. They obviously are in baby mode right now. So we'll keep you updated. Tyvis was in the YouTube chat earlier. It is still, like I said, Hot Take Tuesday. You can get those in as well. But here's what Andrew Berry said yesterday. After the Browns, as you probably have heard, if you're just joining us, you're aware, Myles Garrett no longer a member of the Browns. He has been traded to the Rams for a first-round pick next year. And they made this very easy. You get Jared Verse, who's a talented defensive end, but as you pointed out, still has room to improve, to put it mildly, right? But he was a Defensive Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, been a Pro Bowler the last 2 years. So you get a good player in return, not as good as obviously Myles Garrett, but who is. But you get a first-round pick next year, second-round pick in 2028, and I believe a third-round pick in 2029. So it's, all right, so a bunch of picks in return. I don't know that that's the type of haul I would think you get for a no-doubt Hall of Famer.
What type of haul would you have been looking for?
I would have looked for another first-round pick in another year. Like, I'm not naive enough. Obviously, you're not going to get 2 first-round picks from one team unless they have them, which I don't think the Rams did, but the Rams are a team who like to trade away their first-round picks to get players and to go win football games.
I don't think that they were ever going to get the return that they probably could have because of the no-trade clause.
Sure.
I think that hamstrings your market because he's not going to waive that unless he's going to a place where he knows he can win. And they're probably not giving up desperation capital in order to make that happen.
Here's a question. I haven't seen the answer, and maybe someone knows. Maybe we can look this up. Did Myles Garrett have a no-trade clause before last year when they redid his contract?
That's a great question.
Because if he didn't, then I would think when he was openly asking to be traded, that would have been the time if you were like, oh, man, we can't trade you because there's no trade clause. You could have then talked to him and said, hey, you know how you just went to the media at Super Bowl week and said you want traded? You need to waive that clause then so we can make the move.
Right.
And I think they would have had that. I'm guessing that wasn't in there. If it was, he would have waived it. But yet you signed him up to a new deal where he said, I saw the vision, and the vision was, I get more money than God. Good for him, by the way. He found a way to, like, get he got the contract. He went out and hit the record on sacks, and now he gets to go play for Super Bowls for the rest of his career, theoretically.
He needs to go send his agent,
there.
Some gifts, a bottle of Louis XIII and a Rolex or something.
No kidding. I mean, that defensive line for the Rams may be the best in football now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's any defensive line that has him on it is going to be in the running, but they were already great without him.
Did you see all the tweets where they're like, Aaron Donald, where you at?
Oh, my God.
Oh, that dude's working out and posting it every week. Why is he doing that?
That's going to be, if that happens, that'll be like when, what's his name? The guy in Marvel, the Avengers, who can time travel and go through.
No idea.
Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange. When he shows up at the very end of Endgame, where it's like he opens up a portal and then like all the other people from around all the superhero galaxies join in. That would be like if you assemble Myles Garrett there and then get Aaron Donald on the inside. What? Just go ahead. Just stop playing football. Just go ahead and give them the trophy. I don't know how you would ever do it. You've seen the teams that win Super Bowls. They typically have a pass rush. They typically have a defensive line that's beastly. Nobody's beating that defensive line. Nobody. But I don't think Aaron Donald's coming out of retirement. But if he did, oh my God. Andrew Berry, though, here's what he said about trading Myles Garrett. He said, we have long taken the stance that our goal was for Myles to be a one-helmet player for his entire career. After reironing the record books and representing our organization with excellence, we were sincere in that desire as we entered this offseason and did not envision a world where Myles was not a Cleveland Brown. It's not a double negative, but it's a lot of knots all in a row there. When the Rams first approached us with the possibility of trading Myles, we remained convicted in our position, but our discussions intensified and we were stuck at legitimate crossroads. Do we hold on to a truly generational player who's become the identity of our team, or do we make the difficult decision that we think is best for the organization? And then he went on to say, Jared versus passion and relentless style of play will be embraced by our fans. He'll fit right in with this established identity. We recognize the unexpected nature of the trade, but it opens up great opportunities for our franchise. We're excited to welcome Jared into the organization, along with the cap flexibility and draft pick resources to deploy to the rest of our roster that will allow us to add to our budding core on both sides of the ball. Good teams care about players. Bad teams care about draft picks. I've decided that's the rule. That's where I'm at, and that's what I seem to think. When you look at the NFL, that's what
Rams,
tends to happen.
Like, they care about players, and their whole mantra literally has been F them picks.
Yeah, Les Snead, their GM, has like said it on record.
Yes.
Like, F them picks. I don't care. That's it. And they don't. And they've
to the point where they don't even know how to draft in the first round, by the way.
No.
They're like, Ty Simpson, yeah, that's our guy.
Well, but you know what? Now look at that.
Yeah.
It's almost like a team with a plan that said, we're not going to be in the quarterback draft next year because we're getting rid of the first-round pick because we're going after Myles Garrett.
Oh, man.
And if that doesn't happen, we'll use that first-round pick to get another guy. But we're not going to have the first. It was Magic Johnson doing the I'm not going to be here. But everybody's saying, like, why did you use your pick this year? He's not even going to play this year. And it's like, yeah, but if you think he's a guy who can play quarterback for you 3 years from now, you're not going to draft one next year because you're trading that pick to get Myles Garrett.
Sure.
It's almost like competent organizations have a thought on this ahead of, oh, yeah, we're planning on doing this, but then something else fell in our lap. Like, I don't know what to believe with Andrew Berry on this because my personal stance has been I watch what the Browns do, and I go, they don't look like they have really any desire to win anytime soon or any clue how to do it. And then they, like last year, they were like, no, we have a plan. Myles Garrett just re-signed. See, clearly, he saw the plan. We have the plan. The plan is here. We got a plan. Then they go out and draft not one, but two quarterbacks. They bring in two more quarterbacks who are aging and bad. And then they started the season with four quarterbacks and a two-rookie quarterback battle. No answer at quarterback, no plan.
Right, but was it their fault, though, that the options, like, I just don't think the options were really there to do something significant at quarterback. Like, that was not a great quarterback draft where they took two. And then, like, if you're looking on the market, like, best of luck trying to find somebody who you feel like is going to be good enough to actually impact your team.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. It's revisionist history. I'm not saying I would have done the move, but at the time, you know who was out there was a guy named Sam Darnold.
Yeah, well.
How'd that work out? He turned out to. He has a Super Bowl ring now.
They had a lot of other stuff.
He did go to a defense that was
a lot of other stuff
awesome.
going on there.
I get it.
Running back.
I get it.
Won MVP of the Super Bowl, right?
And
like it wasn't him.
But they had a defense that's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, they did.
And it was a young running back who won that, right?
I know, but I mean,
and that young
he's a really good player. They had JSN, like really good player.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like it's easier to sit here and be like, man, they could have.
I'm not saying they would have won a Super Bowl, but
I think their problems are much deeper than like, let's go get Sam Darnold. Like, you need to find a real dude.
But what I'm saying is, teams like the Rams, team like the Seahawks, they go, yeah, you know what? We think Sam Darnold can get us where we need to go.
Because they built everything else well.
Well, right, but last year I was told they had the defense all fixed. I'm told Andrew Berry's a brilliant draft guy. Like, he knows everything about drafts.
I'm fine on the defense. That offense was never going to be good enough.
No.
Just dropping a guy in there.
No.
But here's what I'm confused about. You leaked, a month ago that Deshaun Watson's going to be the starting quarterback, and what was everyone selling you on? Oh, he gives you the best chance to win this year.
Right.
And then you leak that, and then you trade Myles Garrett. Like, why play Deshaun Watson now? I was full into play Deshaun Watson camp. Now, if you're going to do this, go ahead and play Shador and see what he can do.
Yeah,
whatever.
Absolutely. And
if he sucks, good.
And then they went out and spent and got all this offensive line talent. Right?
Yeah.
Like, supposedly they're fixing the offensive line to win now with this defense that now doesn't have Myles Garrett on it. What is the plan? No one can. I read that whole word salad statement, and none of it said what the plan is this year. The plan is buy your tickets for 2029. Get ready to go inside.
You don't give up the plan. Nobody worth a damn would ever just tell you what the plan is.
No.
You got to have the element of surprise.
Yeah. Browns fans love those surprises. We love one that's like a surprise 10-win season.
Sure.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back. Morningwood is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Expect some major delays if you live in Delaware County. That's because we are noticing a crash that has both directions of 42 closed off. We're talking between 23 to Jets Place. It is just south of that Delaware City area. For that detour, especially if you're heading southbound on 23, the key is getting off nice and early and using those downtown roads. That includes West Central Avenue to North Sandusky Street southbound. From there, heading westbound on London Road, get you eventually southbound over, back again on 42. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky.
We have 2 kids, 5 dogs, 6 horses.
And a truck. It's really important to stay connected being in a rural area.
The biggest thing with switching over to T-Mobile's 5G home internet was the blazing speeds and the reliability.
One day we had nothing and next day we had everything.
Smoking fast internet.
Yeah.
We've got cell phone service and we've got our home internet all on the same plan. And it ends up being about $50 a month cheaper than before.
We saved a lot of money switching to T-Mobile.
At T-Mobile, bundle 4 unlimited phone lines with reliable 5G home internet. and save up to $1,000 a year. You'll get fast internet, great coverage, and keep more money in your pocket every month.
Actual customers compensated for their time. Delivered via 5G cellular network. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks. Not available in some areas. Compared to regular rates after third line free on Experience Beyond plan with internet bundle discount via monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Credits stop if you cancel or change plans.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Hello, I'm Shep.
And I'm Mark.
We're the friendly board certified entomologists from Rose Pest Solutions.
Let's tackle some spider myths.
I've got one. Spiders will sneak up and bite you at night.
That's a myth. Spiders are not interested in having you as a midnight snack. Okay, I've got one. You swallow spiders while you're sleeping.
Myth. What spider would enter the snore hole of death? But here's a fact. Spiders can be hard to control.
So call the pros from Rose.
Call Rose Pest Solutions today.
800-966-ROSE.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
The Fan is headed to the Memorial. Are you ready for 30 hours of live coverage? Oh, it's true, baby.
Sponsored by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling.
TheWaterworks.com. The best Memorial coverage, The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And tracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
More of your hot takes coming up. Let's see. I saw this one from user Tyvis Powell.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Anyway, here's Tyvis Powell, 23. His hot take on Hot Take Tuesday. Browns have the last two defensive rookie of the years now with Jared Verse and Carson Schwessinger. Him too. Future's bright. They finally have young talent. They just need the experience. I've lowered my expectations to 6 wins. Good job. Thank you, Tyvis. This is a guy, by the way, who thought the Browns this year were going to win 9-10. Now is saying, this is awesome. Great move. Love it. By the way, lowering my expectation. This is the most optimistic Browns fan you're going to find is Tyvis Powell.
I was going to say, it's one of the things
lowered it to 6 wins
that I really love about Tyvis is the optimism is not an act. It's not something.
It's not.
It is real. He is just that guy. Yes. That is a crazy ass take, though. At any point in the year to be like, oh, yeah, 9 or 10. No.
Based on what? But who's playing quarterback? The answer is either a guy who sucks or a guy who sucks. So that's good luck. Either a young guy who we think might be good but probably sucks, or an old guy who we think sucks and know probably sucks and could surprise us and not suck, but he will suck. That's your options with the Browns this year. Or a short guy who definitely sucks, who they don't even need to have on the roster. Or who else is there? Didn't they bring in someone else? Is Nathan? No, what the hell's dude's name? I don't know why I said Nathan Shieldhouse.
He is so playing.
That's completely wrong. All right, let's just get out of it.
It's good to know where you stand on the important issues. Oh, my. This is Morning Wood.
All right, Dylan, Morning Wood, question number 1.
All right, I decided something new this morning, and we would let listeners ask these questions, a.k.a. I was feeling lazy. So this one comes from Ace. Would you rather have full plastic tennis rackets for hands or full-size snowshoes for feet?
Ooh. Okay, so I have plastic tennis rackets for hands, or I walk around in my feet are snowshoes, or I just have to wear snowshoes all the time?
Your feet, they're skis. Permanently.
Snowshoes or snow skis?
Snow skis.
Oh, I thought you said snowshoes. Yikes. You know what? Just to keep my social calendar lively, I'll take the feet, but there's really no good options here. I need the hands, I'm going to say.
I think I might actually go with the hands, unfortunately. Like, I've got big feet already. It's a challenge. How are you getting in the car with the feet?
Oh, I'm not. I'm getting a driver. But I can hit the phone and dial someone with my regular hands to be like, can you pick me up? I have skis for feet.
Know, man.
I need you to bring a flatbed truck and strap me to the back of it.
Constantly tripping.
I want to be strapped on my feet skis, like in motion on a flatbed going down 270, just like, yeah, like I'm skiing. That's how I get transported everywhere by someone that I hired to drive me on a flatbed truck.
I'd rather have the feet.
All right, fair enough. That would be a problem in the rain. Morningwood question number 2, Dylan.
All right, Mario asks, what would it take this year for Arch to sell you on being the Browns franchise quarterback? What's he got to do?
I can't get there on Arch Manning yet. Now, what he would have to do in college, you're saying, this year?
Yes.
Yeah, if he throws for, let's say, 4,000 yards and has 30 touchdowns and stuff like that, that's a much better place to be. But beyond that, I need to see a vast improvement in decision making. So for me, I need to see him look like a totally different player. Yes, I know he had a couple good games at the end of the season, but Joshua, you watched him at the end of the season. How impressed were you with him?
I mean, not really that impressed. Certainly not as impressed as a lot of the college football media people were. I thought he improved, no doubt, but he doesn't drive the football very well. The ball floats in the air. It's my biggest issue for him. That's like pick city in the NFL. He's mobile, which I do like. I think that he got a little bit gun shy, so he's going to have to get his mental together. If he went out next year and averaged 325 passing and 3 touchdowns with, I don't know, give me 20, 30 rushing yards a game, now you're talking me into a guy where I can overlook what this past year was like. But if he's doing that up and down thing, I'm out.
Yeah, the mobility thing, I don't need you to rush for $150 or anything. It's not that. No. It's I don't need you to have 70-yard long runs. I need you on 3rd and 8 when it breaks down.
Yep.
Make a guy miss in the open field and get to the stick.
And keep the defense honest on 1st and 2nd down. Be able to run it for 3 yards on a 1st or 2nd down. I'm good with that.
Oh, yeah. Stuff like design runs. Yep. Yeah, all that's fine.
But so your statistical expectations for him were just really high. His stats would be a lot better than Fernando Mendoza's.
Well, you want a hot take?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Go ahead.
Fernando Mendoza, to me, feels a little bit like J.J. McCarthy.
Oh.
I like it.
Man.
I like it.
Had an elite defense. They were a run-first team. There were very few games where he was throwing it 30 or more times. He only had a couple of 300-yard games this past year. And against the best teams that he played, it was a touchdown and a pick. It was 2 touchdowns and a pick. Didn't come alive until later in the game. So what I'm saying is Fernando Mendoza, to me, would not be the number 1 overall pick in a lot of drafts. And so I'm expecting the guy who's the number 1 pick or one of the top picks this year to statistically be better than Fernando Mendoza.
I agree with that. Although I will say, personally, I think Fernando Mendoza has a livelier arm than J.J. McCarthy.
I don't think that he's going to be as bad as J.J. McCarthy, but I think
he makes some throws. But I'm with you that there's still a lot left to be desired to be called the number 1 overall pick. The expectations are going to be massive for him. Good news for anybody who's a Raiders fan, though, is it does seem like Fernando Mendoza has only one focus in life, and that is playing football.
Sure.
It does not seem like that man is interested in much else other than being very polite, giving thorough answers in interviews, and then rushing through the interviews as quickly as possible. Did you ever see I Think You Should Leave, where they're doing the Bachelorette, the style thing, the TV show, The Bachelorette? Yeah. Or where she's picking between a bunch of guys, and there's the one guy, Tim Robbins' character, who's you're only here for the zip line, and he keeps using the zip line over and over, and they're like, but you don't come to the dates, you don't come to the dinners, you rush through the dinner to get back to the zip line. That's Fernando Mendoza with football. Like, that's all he cares about is playing football. He goes on these media tours, and he's like, yeah, it's really great. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Panini, for doing the sports cards. I really want to get back to throwing a football, though. That's good. That's the one thing I'll give him.
Train set that he also has in his basement somewhere, I'm sure. let me give you this real quick.
Sure thing.
Everybody talks about that run that Fernando had in the national title game, which I'm not trying to minimize. Like, that was a tough, gutsy play, like, phenomenal. He had 186 yards, 0 touchdowns, passing on 59% completion in that game. Like, let's be perfectly clear about the highs and the lows of what this guy.
There's an absolute world where Fernando Mendoza goes down as one of those guys. I don't even want to compare to this guy because his stats aren't there from a accomplishment standpoint. But like Tebow, fantastic college player, NFL's not for him.
No.
I think Fernando Mendoza has more of a future in the NFL clearly than what Tim Tebow we know has,
I
right?
agree.
But what he had. But there is a world where it's like Fernando Mendoza was just a really great college quarterback that ended up winning a Heisman, and then that was the highlight. That was the most he did. I do think he'll be better than Tim Tebow, but that's not exactly a high bar, so let's leave it there. I've got an example of some loser talk from a Cleveland sports figure, not Browns related, as it turns out. You'll hear that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Expect some major delays if you live in Delaware County. That's because we are noticing a crash that has both directions of 42 closed off. We're talking between 23 to Jets Place. It is just south of that Delaware City area. For that detour, especially if you're heading southbound on 23, the key is getting off nice and early and using those downtown roads. That includes West Central Avenue to North Sandusky Street southbound. From there, heading westbound on London Road gets you eventually southbound over, back again on 42. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Feature therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Take a vacation from high interest rates this summer. With a special rate on balance transfers at BMI Federal Credit Union, you can put more money back in your pocket this summer. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate to transfer your high interest credit cards today.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my run in PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Bring your landscape back to life with an unbeatable deal from Ohio Mulch. 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. You choose from absolute black, brown, or red to make your flowers pop and your curb appeal shine. Whether you're refreshing flower beds or finishing up that weekend project, Ohio Mulch, they have everything you need to make it look like a pro did it.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
My name's Phil from Beverly, Massachusetts. I've lost 88 pounds with Awaken 180. I was type 2 diabetic and I was severely overweight. I got to do something because what I was doing wasn't working. The GLP-1 was a thought, but I don't really like putting chemicals in my body. So I've been on Awaken 180 for a year ago this month. I'm now completely off of all diabetic medication, cholesterol medication. And as a result of this, I was scheduled for more knee surgery. My left knee was really getting to the point where I was having trouble walking. And now that pain is completely gone. My energy level's through the roof. I just can't say enough good things about Awaken 180 and the positive effects it has on you. It has completely changed my life.
Thanks, Phil. Austin Ward here, and Phil wanted to share his Awaken 180 story for the same reasons I have for so many years now, to let others know there is a medication-free solution for weight loss. Find your results at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Here's a fascinating fact from the Crosley Field era in Reds baseball. The old ballpark opened in 1912, but it took 10 seasons for the first over-the-fence home run in the big ballpark. Now, there were many inside-the-park home runs in that first decade, but it wasn't until this June 2nd in 1921 that the first ball actually sailed over the fence. Reds outfielder Pat Duncan hit it, a long fly that just cleared the left field wall, which was then a poke of some 370 feet. One fan was so excited he left the ballpark and bought Duncan a bouquet of flowers to give him before his next at-bat. Home run history this June 2nd, 1921, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns traded two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams. The teams announced yesterday the Browns received Jared Verse, a first-round draft pick in 2027, a second-round pick in 2028, and a third-rounder in 2029. Myles Garrett wasn't the only big name traded in the NFL yesterday. The Eagles moved wide receiver A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots for a first-round pick in 2028 and a 2027 fifth-round pick. On the diamond, the Cincinnati Reds lost to the Kansas City Royals 9-2. Before the game, they placed shortstop Ellie De La Cruz on the 10-day IL with a hamstring injury. And on the ice, the Stanley Cup final will get started tonight as puck drop for Game 1 between the Vegas Golden Knights and Carolina Hurricanes is set for 8 o'clock. This update is sponsored by TurboTrack Realty. Done with that property? Call John Kozik at TurboTrack Realty and get a cash offer today. 614-472-0000.
Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You know, I work in the media. Joshua, you work in the media. Joshua Perry in for Tyvis Powell. He is on paternity leave, and we believe things are in the process as we speak. Baby Tsunami watch is in full effect. We'll give you updates as we know more. But I just got to tell you, we're both in the media. Tyvis, of course, is a big media member as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you see this around Ohio State media. You see it if you work in Cleveland. You see it if you work in Cincinnati. You see it like whatever the teams are that you cover. And I'm sure nationally you see it when you're doing your NBC sports stuff with, you know, college football and all that. Like the people who are around the teams, the journalists who cover these teams, there are a few that still stick to, hey, I just got to put the news out there, good, bad, or otherwise. This is the news. This is what it is. But there have become so many people now, and I see it a lot with the Browns media, where it's like, isn't it cool that I know Andrew Berry? Isn't it neat that I go to Berea every day? And it's like, that's fine, but I need you to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing with this Myles Garrett trade that annoys the hell out of me is when we saw a few months ago, they restructured Myles Garrett's deal, right? The Browns said, we're restructuring his deal. And a lot of people around the NFL pointed out, hey, if you were going to trade him like June 1st or later, this would be the thing you would do to make that easier for whoever you're going to trade with.
Mm-hmm.
And then Andrew Berry came out and was like, that is a ridiculous notion. Who even thinks of this crap? And then all the reporters were like, Guys, they do this every year. They restructure all these guys' deals. Come on. This is not, oh my God. And now when it happens, I even understand then maybe you got fleeced. Maybe you got lied to as a journalist, right? But then today when they come out and they all go, well, it was clearly obvious when they restructured his deal. I mean, anyone with a brain could have seen that. It's like, no, hang on. You don't get to yell at all of us who noticed that and said, that's a little suspicious, right? Is that a thing? Is he leaving? Are they trading him? And then you make everyone feel like idiots who ask that question. And now when we find out, oh yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. They had this plan. They were going to trade him. Now you come out and be like, oh, everybody saw this coming. You said it wasn't happening. Yeah. So either you're lying or you're just as dumb as we are. One of the two.
I think people should stick to their guns on the conclusions that they draw when they see certain things happen. And the shame in what you are saying right now is we're in a weird place where there is a strong distrust of media. And this is in multiple facets of our society where people are like, no, these folks carry water. They lie straight to your face. They put out information in a way that is unethical at times, and they cover in other moments. And so for me, it's like, you're, as a consumer of information, you're not dumb.
No.
You know when things are getting ready to happen. So when this was going on, and for all the people who are like, man, this really feels like it could be right this time of the year, it could have been at some point during the season. This feels like something that you would do if you are willing and probably actively looking into trading the guy. Stick to your guns.
Yeah, right. Like that. Everybody who thought that is vindicated.
Yes.
And everyone who carried water for the organization of the Cleveland Browns.
People got to stop doing that.
Right. And I again, like I said, if you're a reporter and you're like, hey, I have to deal in information, right? I have to give a little information. I have to get a little information. This is how I break stories, is by sometimes I am not critically thinking when the narrative comes down from Berea. I just vomit it out to the rest of people. Fine. But then don't sit there today and lecture everyone and go, oh, yeah, every insider knew this was happening. Like, good for you. My number one pet peeve in sports media is after a thing happens and all these journalists are like, yeah, that's been in the works for months. I was talking with him about that on the golf course. It's like, when were you going to report that?
Sure.
It happened, and like you said, it happens in other media, too, where you have people like, yeah, I knew about this thing going on with the president. It's in my book.
Yeah.
Well, why wasn't it in your newscast when you were on the news every day?
I got to sell this book now. I got to sell this book.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
The nastiest example of this was the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel deal.
Bingo.
Where, like, that inappropriate on its own in terms of like a relationship for a reporter to have with somebody that they cover. But then everybody else who was like, well, yeah, this was like something that everybody and by the way,
secret.
I'm going to be one of those guys. I had a friend who texted me. This was probably 2 weeks before everything came out. And I can't say the exact thing that he said, but he's like, oh, yeah, they're definitely. So it was something that people knew and nobody said anything.
Well,
and so it's the two things, though, of like, that relationship is inappropriate, and I'm not saying anybody needs to be like, this is what they're doing, but it's weird after the fact to be like, oh, yeah, we all knew about this.
Well, and I'll even say, like, if your job is, say, to cover the Denver Broncos, and you happen to hear that, like, Diana Rossini may have an affair with some NFL head coach, unless you can figure out who that is, and if there's, like, actual news there, I get that you're like, well, I heard that, but I don't really know if that's true. But, like, let's say if you cover sport, like if you work for Awful Announcing,
right?
Those guys do a great job. I'm not ripping them, but I'm saying, like, if your job is to cover the media,
right, and
you get tips about Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel,
right,
you absolutely have to report that.
No doubt.
Same thing with this type of and they did, by the way. I'm not again ripping Awful Announcing. They do a good job, but like that's where I get annoyed with this Brown stuff today, where all these people who are paid to cover the Browns apparently now are like, oh yeah, we knew Myles Garrett. Yeah, of course, we all knew that. Oh, you did? Why not report it? Don't shame people who actually said, hey, that seems like that might be them trying to trade.
I know.
That seems like that might be them trying to work something out.
And they're doing it for crumbs, too, by the way. It's not like anybody's getting, like, becoming, like, the journalists of the year off of behaving the way you're doing it for crumbs. Like, congratulations.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's right.
By the way, people in the YouTube chat are wondering when we're going to be at the memorial. So Rothman and Ice is going to be out there tomorrow. And then Us, Bishop and Friends, and Rothman and Ice will be out there Thursday and Friday, essentially from 6 to 3 p.m.
Yeah, there you go. So if you are going to be anywhere at the Memorial starting Thursday or Friday, obviously, tomorrow is tomorrow the Pro-Am?
Yes.
And that's when Rothman and Ice will be out there too. But then the 3 shows, Us, Bishop and Friends, Rothman and Ice, starting at 6 a.m. Thursday and Friday, all the way through 3 p.m. So pretty much like while things are going on, the most of the tournament, like as you're coming in or as you're leaving, stop by and say hi to any of our shows. But if you're getting there early, you know you can come see us. Me and Joshua Perry will be out there both days. So that'll be.
And me and Cole will be out there Sunday at 11 o'clock.
Oh, beautiful.
Sports Sunday,
There you go.
yes.
Nice.
Also, they requested this drop in the YouTube chat for some reason.
You need length and girth.
So there you go.
Wow. We're just doing live drop requests in the YouTube chat. I didn't know that. That's good.
I don't know why they're asking for it, but
why do they ask for this one?
Yeah, the whites are good.
Stop it. We don't need that. We don't need that.
What was the context?
Oh, Ryan Day? He was talking about the uniforms.
The uniforms.
He said he liked the all black uniforms, and then he said
the whites are good.
Yeah,
the
whites are
grays. He
good.
liked the grays. Yeah. So Donovan Mitchell. This was after the Cavs. This is a quote from after they had already been bounced and they're on vacation and all that. But this is him talking about what it means to him to win a championship and how important it would be to him to win a championship in Cleveland for the Cavs.
We may win a ring here. We may never win a ring here. But I've won in life. I'm out of here. Catch you on 19 weeks.
That's the message you want going into the offseason. Thank you, Donovan Mitchell. Spida, we appreciate that.
I mean, isn't he winning in life, though?
He's not. Yes.
He's rich.
He is.
Have you seen? I think it's his fiance. Have you seen her?
What's her name? Is it Coco?
Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great. He's
phenomenal. Really.
We're all fans of Coco.
He's winning in life.
Yes. He's
so are the three of us, arguably.
Yes, of course. But here's the thing. I like how you tried to say you're the only one of us is not married to their partner right now, so you got to say that. I get that. But here's the thing. Yes, of course, most NBA players, all NBA players, I would say, are winning in life. You're a professional athlete. You're making millions of dollars to play a sport you love. You drive nice cars. You live in nice houses. Presumably, you live the life you want. That's all well and good. I don't need to hear that from the star player of the team that just got swept out of the playoffs after we've gone years of watching you not even be able to get out of the second round. Juxtapose that with a guy who is 22 years old, has barely even been in the NBA, and is already winning at life more than I would say even Donovan Mitchell is, and that is Victor Wembanyama. This is what he said about making the NBA Finals.
You work all these hours we put in. It's for these type of emotions. I want that. I want to win so bad. It's like my life depends on it.
This man is crying on the podium, saying his life depends on winning a championship.
Sure.
He's not saying I won at life. He's saying I want to go get that ring.
Amen. Cavs, fragile. Mentally fragile. Mentally fragile. It's bad.
Can I fire off a hot take that I didn't think was a hot take 2 days ago about the NBA?
Go ahead.
Everyone's giving the Spurs credit for beating the Thunder. Jalen Williams has to be the most underrated NBA player of all time. This dude basically played one game in the series and no one's talking about it. He was all NBA last season.
Mm-hmm.
He misses a whole Western Conference Finals essentially, and everybody's acting like the Spurs beat the Thunder at full strength. I don't understand it.
I like that it's a hot take. I also like that you have to be in the NBA weeds to enjoy this hot take. I mean,
like that too. That's what I'm saying. He's underrated.
No.
How does the common sports fan not understand the impact of Jalen Williams? I'm perplexed.
Here's the only storyline that anybody will care about with the NBA Finals, and that is, are the Thunder going to whine and complain all the way to another championship? The answer is no. So it could actually be an enjoyable finals.
Do they actually, or is it just SGA?
No, they do. They do.
It's more than just SGA.
They do.
All right, let me lock in.
Chet Holmgren.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about Chet. You're right.
He was god-awful. Yeah. That's an underrated storyline.
I also don't like the look of his face. He looks like a disengaged athlete. I don't like that look.
This is bad, too. We have Tyvis coined, he hasn't coined the phrase, but he brings up the phrase a lot about a cold white boy. And so we would occasionally ask about it. We check in and we say, Tyvis, is Chet Holmgren, back when he was doing things?
Right.
But let me tell you who's never getting this music played again. That's not happening. Sorry, Chet.
Chet never was.
No, I know. He never was. We checked in a couple times. The answer was always no.
By the way, Tyvis said that they are officially heading down to the room.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Baby Tsunami on his way momentarily. While we get an update on that, it is a Hot Take Tuesday. Plus, you'll have a new voice on TV to inform you and or annoy you this football season. We'll tell you who next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Both directions of 42 and Delaware County are still completely closed. We're talking between 23 and Jets Place. We have a crash involving two cars, and it happened just before 5:30 this morning out there. Obviously, still seeing some traffic impacts. If you're heading southbound on 23, the key is getting off nice and early, using some downtown roads too. That includes West Central Avenue, then southbound on North Sandusky Street to London Road westbound. Eventually get you back going southbound on 42. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Net available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, what are we wearing?
Lie detectors. Anytime a lie is detected, we get a little shock.
All right, let's try them. So, Pella was rated by homeowners as the leading window brand here in Columbus.
Nothing? Okay. Well, our windows can change the look of your home. Ow. This thing sometimes shocks you when you tell the truth. Ouch. It's okay. I'm having fun. Ow.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you want and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, foreclosures, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Call today and speak with me, John Kozik, for an all-cash offer and the help you need. At 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000, TurboTrackRealty.com.
Rothman and Ice.
In or out on dating somebody taller than you?
My ego wouldn't be bruised walking into places and people saying your girlfriend's so much taller than you. I don't care.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll start off the work week with mostly to partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 50s. Then as we head into the afternoon, expect a nice mix of sun and clouds with highs in the upper 70s. For tonight, mostly cloudy overnight with our lows down into the 50s. And then for Tuesday, we'll see lots of sunshine in the forecast, breezy winds, and highs in the upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
It's a Hot Take Tuesday. You can tweet us at Bone and Tyvis 971. Or go to the YouTube chat. Search 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. We have plenty more hot takes to get to in a second, which we will. We are also on Baby Tsunami Watch.
Tyvis is crazy, by the way.
Is Tyvis still in the YouTube chat? All right, his
I love
wife
him to death, man.
Laurencia Powell is in the delivery room as we speak.
The most patient woman
She's got
that
to be.
I've
Has
ever
to be.
because my wife she'd be like, "Where's my gun?"
Wait, where? I'm trying to see where Tyvis is. I'm trying to see what he most recently. Yeah, this is. He's
the YouTube chat.
He's
is
currently
pretty lively.
taking. This is the thing. I thought I saw this. I want to double check. There is currently an over/under on how many minutes it will take for Baby Tsunami to be delivered.
Yeah, well, Vince Sanity Puma said, "What's the over/under on Tsunami being born before the end of the show?" And Tyvis quickly replies, "Oh, take the under because it's a C-section, so he'll be out in 20 minutes."
Right. So again,
while he's still in the chat.
We're doing HIPAA violations. You're in the chat while your wife is giving delivery, like delivering your son. This is what you're doing. This may be the hottest of Hot Take Tuesdays, where Tyvis, his take is, I should be in the YouTube chat rather than be with my wife.
Yes. Listen, man, he is dedicated. Like nobody ever questioned how much Tyvis loves this, how hard he works. That man is dedicated.
I gotta say,
he should name his son Radio.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was going to ask. Does he love media or football more?
See, he would tell you know what he would tell you, but I think we all know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Is media.
I think it is.
He would tell you he loves football more, but I think he loves being involved. He likes to be on and talking about stuff.
100%.
Because how many times we have talked where I've said, Tyvis, what do you have going on today? And he's like, well, we're doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I got to drive to Cleveland.
Yep.
And after that, I got to
do a podcast.
With G. Bush.
Yep.
And then I got to jump on a thing late at night with my boy up in this place or that place. I'm going to hop on with him. And then it's like, and what times? Oh, and then I got to do this function where I'm like emceeing a charity event, which again, he does a lot of charity work. He's like a great guy. And I'm like, what time's all this wrapping up? He's like, oh, I'll probably be back home by like 9 or 10. And that's like there was no point there where he was like, I went home for a few hours and chilled out. It was just, I drove everywhere. I have my stuff in the car so I can change to the various outfits I need for the different things.
Dedicated, man.
Dedicated is absolutely a way to put that.
Somebody said Cuba Gooding Jr. Powell after I said radio.
I don't know about that.
That's a shame.
It's a shame.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, Tyvis, we love you, and we wish everything the best with your family as this goes forward. And obviously, we're awaiting updates. He's apparently we're going to get him because he's sitting here giving us updates left and right. Meanwhile, while we wait for that, we were talking about media members. There's a new media member who can annoy you on TV, or maybe you'll find it to be very pleasant and enjoyable. We'll find out. That is Russell Wilson. He has finalized the deal to become a CBS sports analyst, according to Adam Schefter, which I find odd because that comes from ESPN, not CBS. But whatever. Anyway, Adam Schefter saying that's happening. Apparently, he had an offer on the table, did Russell Wilson, to join the New York Jets and to be a backup to Geno Smith. but he has decided instead to take his talents to the media. So you're a member of the media, Joshua Perry. You do television. You talk about college football during football season.
The media.
Oh, no?
No, yeah, I am.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm not going to be that guy.
I already worked with Tyvis saying that. But, like, I mean, Russell Wilson seems like there was a time in his career where I think this would have been a no-doubt slam dunk. And then over the last probably 7 to 8 years, I feel like people have started to drift away from the Russell Wilson is cool and enjoyable to more of a he's really annoying.
Let's ride.
I mean,
yeah, that was a moment when that started to turn on him.
He feels a little bit weird now. Certainly feels corny. I think that there's probably like, you know, he's champion, right? Like he's seen the highs and the lows of the league, so ton of great experience to reference. I have a fundamental issue with how networks hire talent, though. And this is one of the examples is like, let's just go find the most recent quarterback and stick him on a set somewhere. And I feel like you lose a lot of what actually happens in a locker room because it's just one perspective, which is the guy throwing the ball. And I get where they're like, oh, names are the attraction, so we got to get those guys. But like that's also not the common experience. Like those guys don't talk from the experience of what most players actually are. So it's a unique thing to me. I think he'll be fine at it. He's a smart guy. He's got a ton of just like stories he can probably tell and things that he's seen in the league. But like, I don't know if this would have been probably wasn't their first choice, but he feels weird. I don't know if it would have been my choice.
That's an interesting thought about the quarterback thing. I've never really considered that, but I guess you're right.
As a non-quarterback, I think about it every damn day.
That's definitely what they've been doing lately, highlighted by Tom Brady with no broadcast experience. Let's just throw him on the primetime slot on Fox because he's Tom Brady.
Well, remember when we did at NBC? We hired Matt Castle and Michael Robinson. Both, Castle played quarterback at USC and then played in the league for a long time. And then Mike Robb was a Heisman finalist at Penn State. But like neither one of those guys had covered college football professionally at any point in their career. But it's a quarterback show. And it's like names.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think about it now. Like if you took it to any other place where let's say you were trying to find out what it's like to go on tour with Taylor Swift, right? And to be a part of the Eras tour, right? What was that like? And then the person you interviewed for that was Taylor Swift.
Right.
Her answers would be like, I don't know. I flew in on a private jet. They drove me right to the arena. They put me in a box to roll me to the center of the thing so they could hide me. And then I popped out and did a 3-hour show. It was pretty cool. And then at the end, I drank champagne and ate strawberries in my dressing room. And then I went home. And it's like, meanwhile, the gaffer who's there with like tape and up on a rope is like, this was a 12-hour day and it kind of sucked. And I'm really tired. Like, that's a different perspective than the one person who's kind of the center of attention. So if all you're ever getting is the Taylor Swift version of how the Eras tour went, that's what you're getting from all the quarterbacks. It's like, yeah, I walk into the room, everybody listens.
Yeah,
because you're the quarterback.
Fundamentally flawed coverage.
I got to ask, and Tyvis would throw a fit if I asked this. If he was here. Joshua, you're a more sane human being.
Are you sure? You don't know me all that well yet.
That's fair.
Is Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer? You see, Tyvis immediately would have been like, no, because only Joe Montana and Tom Brady belong in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's
I'm glad you're thinking about it.
It's an interesting thing because I think, yes, probably if you look straight at the resume, but he's a weirdo. I think that factors into it.
And I also think him playing the last 2 seasons maybe worsened his case somehow.
For sure.
I think that the things that worsen his case, it's not necessarily his fault, but if he hands the ball off in that Super Bowl, you're probably a no-doubter.
That's a no-doubter for sure.
If you don't play the last couple years, you're probably a no-doubter. It's you've hung around long enough now that if you're going to hang around, you better be putting up some decent numbers. Like Tom Brady's kind of ruined that for everyone.
Stat padding.
Because he hung around and kept looking, except for his last year in Tampa where it finally fell off. But by that point, he was, how many Super Bowls he won? 14? Like, I'm just saying at that point, it's like, there was no doubt about his bona fides for the Hall of Fame. But, like, Russell Wilson doesn't have that. Even Aaron Rodgers has looked not great, but he has still games where you're like, well, if he could stay healthy. Like, you still see it.
Yep.
Russell Wilson has not, I don't think, ever had the high of what Aaron Rodgers had. Very good, obviously. Great. He won a Super Bowl. But I don't know that he was ever the elite talent that Aaron Rodgers was or that some of these other guys were, and now you're going to be compared to those guys in your later years, which is unfair, but it is going to be a reality. But Yeah, what are the stats on him? Is he? I'm trying to remember.
He's like top 15 in passing yards and passing touchdowns, but you got to factor in the era. And all that.
Yes, you do. And that's. I still think he probably gets in the Hall of Fame.
I
but
do too.
Probably not a first ballot guy.
Agree
but
with
probably
that.
getting in. I would think. As you know, the Browns traded Myles Garrett. So what now for the Browns? We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Both directions of 42 in Delaware County are still completely closed. We're talking between 23 and Jets Place. We have a crash involving 2 cars, and it happened just before 5:30 this morning out there. Obviously, still seeing some traffic impacts. If you're heading southbound on 23, the key is getting off nice and early, using some downtown roads too. That includes West Central Avenue, then southbound on North Sandusky Street to London Road westbound. Eventually get you back going southbound on 42. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Unlock a $300 cashback reward when you spend $3,000 with a new Visa from Kemba Financial Credit Union, giving your budget a little extra breathing room. Apply at Kemba.org. Offer ends June 30th, 2026. Restrictions apply. Variable rate product. Equal opportunity lender. Qualified spend limited to the first 90 days.
Get Eco.
ECO. Air conditioners break down in the summer heat.
When you need to replace your AC, the friend to call is me.
You gonna tell them about your amazing, astounding, ridiculously miraculous financing?
12 months, same as cash.
0% interest.
Get Eco.
ECO. Or you can pay it out over 180 months at 7.95 annual percentage rate. $0 down with approved credit.
If the furnace is still good and you just need to replace the AC?
It's only $85 a month. That's almost free.
And it's only $125 a month if you need a new furnace with your new AC.
Those prices assume you live in the typical American home.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
About 1,600 square feet.
Aaron, I saw how hard you worked to get these payment plans worked out for people.
Jerry, it's our job to get people what they need.
Get Eco.
ECO. We come through for you when you need us to.
Perfect plumbers, exciting electricians, and heavy-duty HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and wouldn't this sound nice? Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
I don't know if we played the hot take music, but what you said about quarterbacks getting on TV, because when they gave Tom Brady $300 million to be on Fox,
it's crazy. $37 million a year.
He's improved.
Yes, he has.
We can say that. I think we can acknowledge that there are still things that are not perfect with him. Is he the number one analyst on TV? Not a chance.
No.
There were moments last year. I remember watching Tom Brady on TV and saying, this guy, like, he talked about where he put, like, his hand placement on a football if you're trying to throw in the wind.
Right.
If you're trying to, and like, that was something where I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. That's something I've never heard someone break down. I'm sure if you played quarterback at a high level, you know that conversation.
Sure.
Vast majority of us have not. It was interesting to hear from a Hall of Famer about that. And maybe Russell Wilson will have some of that when he goes to do this. But I feel like for every more so like that you get of him, you get a lot of him just going, wow, Jim, yeah. Or not Jim, Kevin.
Yeah.
Wow, Kevin, yeah. Boy, that was good. It's just, that's something that a seasoned broadcaster would know. You can't do that. You got to. Sure. And I find it interesting. Some of the best broadcasters we've had on TV in other sports are not necessarily people who were the biggest stars.
Yeah.
It's about personality.
I'll go as far as to say in college football in particular, it's a different game than the NFL. Like, you have to have done something in that league to be a part of their broadcast. But Joel Klatt,
yeah,
like, who is he as a player? It's not to throw shade at him.
No. He was fine.
Right.
But no one remembers him for that career by and large.
And Kirk Herbstreit, who had been the face of college football for forever, like,
terrible quarterback. I'll say it. He was a terrible. He's one of the worst Ohio State quarterbacks we've had in the last 40 years.
And those guys ended up being really good at their craft as media people.
Yeah.
And if we're just going based off of accolades, like they never get the opportunity to even try.
Lee Corso was obviously a longtime head coach.
How good was he?
He coached at Indiana, folks. Like, not the Kurt Signetti Indiana either. Like, he coached there. Like, I mean, but he's interesting, has stories and all that stuff. And that's, so we'll see with Russell Wilson if he's good or not. But he's going to, I think he's going to get less runway. Certainly. Remember when Drew Brees, they put him on TV and it didn't go well.
Rough.
It's like Drew Brees, though. He's a all-time great quarterback. And it's like, yeah, man, but
don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah, to your point, I think the perspective just from quarterbacks does kind of, I think that's why we always are just so focused on it.
Yes.
And so focused on everything where, like the Seahawks, I guess I was making this case earlier with Myles Garrett going to the Rams, like they're a no doubt, Super Bowl favorite now. They're, I think, plus 600. Everybody else is more than 10-1 odds. So their odds shot up significantly yesterday with Myles Garrett going to the Rams. But why? Not because they have no one at quarterback. They have Matthew Stafford playing quarterback, guy who's won a Super Bowl and obviously has shown you he still has it. League MVP last year. If you don't have an MVP level quarterback on your roster, you can add Myles Garrett to every position on the defense. It's not going to you can add the version of him that's that, and your defense will be awesome, but you still may lose games 7-3, 10-9. Go ask the Cleveland Browns about that because they've had a really solid defense the last few years, and yet you haven't had an offense. And not just quarterback. You haven't had the whole picture.
You got to build the whole thing.
So I know quarterback's important, but you did see the Seahawks this year go out and win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold playing okay at quarterback, to pretty good at quarterback.
Yeah.
But not if that defense isn't that defense, they're not winning.
Is the ultimate team sport. It's comprehensive. And from a roster building standpoint, if you have obvious holes, it's really difficult to go out and try to win a championship.
Yeah, of course it is. And that's where I think now we have to get to the Browns part of this Myles Garrett trade because obviously the Rams are back to, yet again, going to be right up at the top of the heap. But for the Browns, what now? You have a situation where this defense was already going to be, to me, a question mark because Jim Schwartz is no longer coordinating it.
Yep.
Maybe, I forget who the new defensive coordinator is, but who cares? Maybe he can fix it, all that stuff, get it back to where it was, make it even better. I don't know. Now he's going to have to do that without Myles Garrett. You get Jared Verse in this trade, which Jared Verse is a good young defensive, edge rusher. But you brought up earlier, a lot of room to improve for this guy.
He ain't Myles Garrett, right? He plays like a young player at times. Like he has his go-to move, and outside of that, there's more that needs to be developed. I think he can become a true impact, but that's going to take a little bit of work in his game.
Of course. I feel like it's going to be a process to get this defense back to where it was. Yeah. Also, I saw the Browns, this is laughable to me, where they said Denzel Ward is absolutely not up for trade.
Well,
are you sure about Myles Garrett? Yeah, you sure about that?
You sure about that?
You said that a couple weeks ago, about Myles Garrett. No circumstances are we trading this guy. I think you have to decide what you're doing here, Cleveland Browns, because if it is a youth movement on the defense, Denzel Ward is not old. He's 29. He's in his prime. But the moves that the good teams make is they make the deal when this commodity gets you the best results. You have just traded away the franchise player.
Yep.
You have no answers at quarterback on this roster. Sorry to Deshaun Watson. And maybe Shador will be. I don't want to completely write him off yet. I don't think we saw enough. But you are, again, screwing around with that guy by letting Deshaun Watson take all the one snaps. So, there's no plan there at quarterback. Your offensive line should be improved, but it's not fixed yet.
Right.
This is not a team that should be competing for a playoff spot. They should not be under the delusions that they're competing for a playoff spot. And I don't think they are because they traded away the franchise guy. Now, I think you need to do that with Denzel Ward. Get pieces in return. Make some trades that set you up for the fact that you are eventually going to be the young core team on defense, and you'll have a bunch of cap space as of next year.
Yeah, I mean, if your plan is youth, and if that's something that you're trying to build around, it feels like 30 has got to be the cliff of when you're like, okay, we need to think about bringing in a younger replacement for this kind of guy. So I think that should be up for consideration for sure. The other part about it, and you mentioned this earlier, and I actually think that it is really valid, is if we're doing this, we got to rebuild this thing, and we're going to be back in the quarterback market, etc. You better give yourself the pick of the litter. And what I mean by that is you're racing to hell right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be painful. People aren't going to like that. But you want to be able to pick whichever one of those guys you believe is your guy. And if that means that you can't have 6 other teams picking in front of you, is what I'm getting at.
Right. Yeah. If you're trying to get the best quarterback,
yes.
And I don't even know that. I know some of you worship at the altar of Andrew Berry, and you think because he had one good draft here all of a sudden, now he's just the draft guru. Maybe he is. But if that's the case, wouldn't you want him to pick number 1 or number 2?
Oh, for sure.
Or with what's supposedly going to be the richest quarterback draft class in the history of the NFL, except that it was going to be this year's draft class, and it turned out not to be. Whatever. Next year it will be for sure. Like, wouldn't you still want him, though, to be as high up as possible? And, yeah, they did get a draft pick for next year. If the Rams are what we think the Rams are, that's probably going to be a pick that's between 25 and 32 in the first round.
I'm willing to say it's going to be between 30 and 32.
Sure, yeah, it very well could be like more like a second round pick than a actual first round pick.
That's the point, though, where you got to be prepared to, once you know what the draft board looks like, et cetera, like what teams would want to trade back up into the first round. Like that, to me, if you're picking that late, like you're trading out.
Well, I think the Browns often, it's so weird, the way they treat this franchise. It's like they think they're in the NBA. Where you have a lottery now where it's like, oh, you could be pick 5th, you could be the 15th best team and may get the first overall pick because of like how they're trying to do anti-tanking stuff in the NBA.
Right.
Meanwhile, in the NFL, it is crystal clear how you get the number 1 pick.
Yes.
You suck the worst. Like you be the best at being the most awful. And then that gets you the number 1 pick. It's a clear path. And if you see another team is like, hey, we're starting a horse at left tackle. You're like, we got 2 horses and we're going to put them both out there. Yippee, Kentucky Derby. It's like, that's what you do. Like, you try to outbad the bad, and then you hope that you get 1, 2, or 3,
right?
And you go draft, and then you have to be good at drafting.
Yes,
because either that or you go be the Rams, where you're like, F them picks, we get players, and we go compete every year.
I feel like the most optimistic Browns fan out there saying like, oh, we could still be like wild card team, and then we take our pick at the Rams pick and we package it, we throw it. It's like if there's a team at the top of the draft that needs a quarterback, why are they going to trade down for you to go in front of them and take the quarterback they want? Like, it's not going to happen.
Like last year, what was the deal they made where they traded out of 5, and what'd they get? The Jags' first round pick this year, and everyone's like, well, that might be even higher than our pick.
Yeah, right.
Browns might be 10th, and the Jags might be 5th. You could have 2 top 10 picks.
Jags go and win 13 games is what happened.
Right, because they went and made themselves better, not just with the draft, but by going and getting players.
Yeah.
And then you stayed around going, yeah, but next year's draft, that's when the quarterbacks are. And then 3 years from now, when we open up the new stadium, we want to be just starting to be good then. And it's like, I don't have the patience for it as a Browns fan.
Yeah, I'm just.
I want to win at some point soon. But if you're not going to win this year, then go get the quarterback, man, because that's the number 1 objective in the NFL. Get that quarterback.
I'm just looking at that. The Browns, they need to be bad, right, so they can pick as high as they want. And then I'm looking at that Rams first round pick as you need to start thinking about how you're going to trade out of that one so you can get more picks.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
Because that one to me is what it is. Like you're getting a second round type of player late in the first round anyway. You might as well just go and get a couple more second round players.
Or you know what? If you think when you see the draft order, when you find out where you're at and you see what college football does this year, let's say you come in at 2 and there are 3 no doubt type guys, you think you're going to get one of all 3 of them, then trade that pick for a player.
Right.
To help out your young quarterback.
Right.
Like do the moves that smart teams do and
sure.
actually get the quarterback right and then go get players, as opposed to, well, next year we can get 4 picks in the 3rd round and you never know. You can get a guy in the 3rd round. Oh, drives me crazy. All right. One of the biggest stars in the world has a new shoe deal. Will you buy them? We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
U.S. Highway 42 still closed in both directions in Delaware City. It's between 23 to Jet's Place after a crash involving 2 cars that happened just before 5:30 this morning. For your workaround and your detour, and you can take this vice versa. So depending on where you're coming from, for example, heading northbound on 42, you'll instead take London Road eastbound to that northbound direction of North Sandusky Street. Then West Central Avenue gets you back going northbound on 23. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Disasters strike. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. Direct Relief delivers. No politics, no red tape. Direct Relief is a lifeline to people in crisis. So check them out at directrelief.org. And if you can, donate.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
If you don't have Friday, June 12th circled on your calendar, get out a marker, circle that 12. Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be. Scotty Vegas here, and we're going to be cheering on Team USA in the sportsbook with a big watch party at 9 o'clock. Contest, prizes, plus the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel grand opening is June 12th. Brett Michaels live, fireworks, swag, food trucks, and our watch party. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Rothman and Ice are broadcasting live from the Memorial Pro-Am, and they'll be talking to very famous athletes and actors. And did you know that it's sponsored by the Waterworks and Ohio for Responsible Gambling? It is. Catch it all Wednesday, June 3rd at noon.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's Tebow. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
Well, we have an update for you. If you were wondering, Tyvis Powell is obviously out for the next few weeks on paternity leave. Joshua Perry is filling in for him. And if you're wondering, today was supposed to be the day of baby Tsunami's arrival. What is the update we have for you? Well, we have a tsunami sighting. Baby Tsunami has arrived on our shores.
I love it.
He has made it. He's here. We got him. So congratulations to Tyvis and Laurencia and their whole family, because baby boy born healthy today And how did we find this out? Did you and I get a personal text message about this?
Of course not.
No. We get this in the YouTube chat.
That's right.
User TyvisPal23 says, he says, he's here! Exclamation point.
Oh.
And he just put in the chat, he looks just like his grandfather, Denzel Washington.
He's got to stop with that.
He's
got to stop.
That's a hot
with that.
take. That's
Oh
a
my
hot
God.
take right there.
I'm waiting for the stats. I want to know how big this boy is.
We didn't get any height or weight or anything.
Come on, Ty.
Time born, height, weight.
Yeah, give us the stats.
It's funny, though, because this is exactly what happens with me whenever I talk to my male friends, like my buddies, about if we're kind of out of all of our friends having kids now because we passed that age. We all have our kids. But like when we would find out that, oh, yeah, hey, my buddy Josh, his kid was born, and she would be like, well, what time? How tall? How long is the baby? What's the height and weight? And I'm like, he just said boy, and his name's Caleb, and that's his name. And it's like, that's
all I care about is the
stats. But she instantly is like, I need the stats. And I'm like, we didn't even talk about that. It was
That's
just
all
like,
I care about. I just want to know.
We talked about the Browns for like 10 minutes after that. We were like, oh, yeah, so the kid's born good. Yeah, what are they doing at quarterback? And then we just went back into sports talk. So, yeah, I've now learned that whenever I find out about, so that's today, goal for me is to get that info from Tyvis, because when I get home, the only thing Melissa will want to know is, other than everybody's okay? Yes, everybody's healthy. What's the height and weight? What was the time? Like, all that's what she wants to know. She wants the details. But you're the same way, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So congratulations, though, to Tyvis. Baby Tsunami is here.
I ask my friends about I know their kid's birthday, and I know that they have their like yearly checkup. I'm like, what's their height and weight? What percentile are they in?
Oh, yeah. You got to start. The percentiles are big.
I'm so concerned with that. It is my favorite thing to look at.
When you go to the doctor's office, if you don't have kids, you don't know, like, the second they measure and weigh your child, they're instantly like, here's where that kid ranks, like nationally, among everyone. All the babies that are out there that they have data on, this is where he's 95th percentile for height. It's like, oh, he's 2 months old. What the hell does that mean? Can't even stand.
Just but big kid.
And then 4 months later, it's like, oh yeah, he's actually 35th percentile for height now. And you're like, oh, this is just fluctuating like crazy.
My kids have been beating the charts ever since they were born.
See?
You got big children.
There you go.
You got to keep them nice and hardy.
Well, I do wonder, like, Victor Wembanyama. Do we have, like, his doctor where they just like, listen, I'd like to tell you what the stats say about your kid, but we have nothing. We have nothing for this kid. We ripped up the stats sheet. He's off the chart. You see the little paper I have? Here's a poster board. Your kid still doesn't fit. So 7'5".
With James, my son, we went in for one of the, I can't remember which checkup it was, and she showed us a computer, and like he was nowhere even near the chart. Like it cut it off. And so for Wemby, I'm 100% certain that they're like, oh, screw the charts. Screw the charts.
Yeah.
Get this boy a basketball in his hand today.
Right. Yeah, so I do wonder, and this is a thing now, I'm sure, for all former Buckeyes, is like, this fan base is so fanatical.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a level of privacy that needs to be attained by you and all other former players, because there are recruiting sites already like, so anyway, Joshua Perry has how old's your son? Is he playing any football yet? Okay, he's 2. All right, well, not yet. But they're keeping an eye out because they know, like, hey, the lineage is there. The lineage is good. And so with Tyvis, we're already going to have, is On 3 going to be like on site with a current measure of like crystal ball? Like,
it's what the people are doing in the chat right now where they're like, oh, future Buckeye legend. And like folks were commenting that on our announcement that James was in the world. And my wife was like, these people are sick.
Yeah.
They're like, she's like, they're sick. They can't just enjoy the child.
No,
they got to put him in a uniform.
A baby's born, but we got to know, where is he going to school? It's like, just let him, who knows? Maybe. And I don't know, but maybe like Tyvis' son, your son, could be great at painting.
Yeah.
Could be fantastic at something other than sports, and that would be totally okay.
You got to get the big hands on a piano,
See? Yeah. Now that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because, that's right. Well, you have your brother's a musician, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So see, you've got it in your family.
Built-in music lessons.
You just have a talented family. That's awesome. That's a good thing. So speaking of talent, Steph Curry, talented player. We're talking about older players too. Like, he's still got it going. I don't know how many more years of Steph Curry being awesome we have, but he can still, when healthy, be awesome. However, he got a new shoe deal, right? So he is not going to be signed anymore. He had been with Under Armour all these years. got out of that deal. And then if you didn't see it this season in the NBA, he was just wearing whatever. He'd put on Nikes, he'd put on whatever, like anything you could find. He would try out different shoes, just kind of a free agent testing the waters. Well, he is signed with Li Ning, which is a Chinese company that does shoes. I feel like they had Dwayne Wade's shoes at one point.
They did, and there was another player that they had as well, which is one of the things that was like very curious to me about it, where they have a little bit of a roster of players, but I don't know if you were aware of this brand before yesterday.
Li Ning?
Yeah.
Only because I think of Dwayne Wade. Like, I think...
And Jimmy Butler.
Okay. I know I'd seen a couple NBA players that had, but that was prior to those guys, no idea about this company.
Yeah, and so, like, that was kind of my thing is I'm curious for him. This is a big business move, obviously, where can his brand power and his stardom build this brand up? Like, I'm sure there's probably some equity involved in this thing, right? Like a little bit of a piece of whatever. He's able to sign players to his brand underneath this company. And so I think it's a really smart move for a guy who is getting older and is probably starting now to think more big picture on like, okay, when these NBA checks stop coming, like, what is my next pivot into, building an empire that'll last forever for my family?
Yeah. Well, and they said the agreement will include basketball products, athleisure, lifestyle wear.
There you go.
Plus, he can sign athletes under his brand, and he'll even have a full golf line.
Good for him.
So that is turning that brand into more than just basketball.
I wonder if Rothman will get to ask him about it tomorrow when he's at the Pro-Am.
Oh, look at that. Steph Curry probably will be in town for the Pro-Am at Muirfield. So we'll tell you what.
They got his golf gear in yet?
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Wearing his polo?
We're a perfect place to launch all this.
Look at that. He could. You never know.
You never know.
We'll find out. See, tomorrow, Muirfield. We'll see what the storylines are. What's he wearing? We'll have that whole update with Rothman and Ice, I'm sure. Also, coming up in about 35 minutes, we'll talk with Meredith Garfalo from 10 TV. 10 TV meteorologist, she'll be out there tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to get a Memorial update forecast for you to give you the latest info. We'll do that coming up in about 35 minutes. But when we come back, there was another trade in the NFL yesterday. It was not the Myles Garrett trade that you may not have heard of. We will discuss that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
U.S. Highway 42 still closed in both directions in Delaware City. It's between 23 to Jack's Place after a crash involving two cars that happened just before 5:30 this morning. For your workaround and your detour, and you can take this vice versa. So depending on where you're coming from, for example, heading northbound on 42, you'll instead take London Road eastbound to that northbound direction of North Sandusky Street. Then West Central Avenue get you back going northbound on 23. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Are you ready to tackle those home projects? With a home equity loan from CME Federal Credit Union, you get an introductory 3.99% APR for 12 months to make those upgrades happen. From patios to paint jobs, your home's next chapter starts at CME. Visit CMEFCU.org.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at tmobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Hey, it's Anthony. Getting older is part of life. Feeling exhausted all the time doesn't have to be. If your energy is down, your sex drive isn't what it used to be, your workouts feel harder, your focus is off, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore, it may be time to head to Low T Center. About 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, and for many men, the symptoms happen so gradually you may not even notice, or you just assume it's stress, work, lack of sleep, or just part of aging. At Low T Center, providers specialize in hormone health and testosterone replacement therapy. They use lab work, symptoms, health history, and personal goals to create treatment plans tailored to every patient, because no two men are exactly alike. TRT may help support energy, focus, libido, body composition, mood, and overall quality of life. Low T Center works with most major insurance providers and offers a free testosterone test for men who want answers. Go to fixmylowt.com and book your appointment. That's fixmylowt.com. Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting "Hoo Day," the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit ProFootballHOF.com and plan your visit today.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water. The school she can't attend most days. Her little brother's belly laugh. Her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. It all connects. But at Child Fund, so do we, through everything we do, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Because we need each other. Learn more at childfund.org.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Browns traded two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams. The teams announced yesterday the Browns received Jared Verse, a first-round draft pick in 2027, a second-round pick in 2028, and a third-rounder in 2029. Myles Garrett wasn't the only big name traded in the NFL yesterday. The Eagles moved wide receiver A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots for a first-round pick in 2028 and a 2027 fifth-round pick. On the diamond, the Cincinnati Reds lost to the Kansas City Royals 9-2 yesterday. Before the game, they placed shortstop Ellie De La Cruz on the 10-day IL with a hamstring injury. And on the ice, the Stanley Cup final will get started tonight as puck drop for Game 1 between the Vegas Golden Knights and Carolina Hurricanes is set for 8 o'clock. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Okay, so the Browns have decided to trade Myles Garrett. They, in return, get a player in Jared Verse, who was a Defensive Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. They add him to Carson Schwessinger on that defense. Now, the two Defensive Rookies of the Year the last 2 years both play for the Browns. There's that. The all-time single-season sack leader, though, is leaving. And I I don't care how good Jared Verse is. I don't think that's going to be enough for many people who watch the Browns, root for the Browns, care about the Browns to say, oh, yeah, Myles who? Like,
no, it shouldn't be. But that's not the point either.
Oh, I know. And it's not, right? Their discussion, their argument. Andrew Berry made this very clear yesterday, despite issuing a word salad statement. Every post yesterday, by the way, if you go look at the Brown social media, it's like, our thoughts on Myles Garrett. And then it would just be like text that you needed a magnifying glass to read because they had 18 paragraphs in every graphic they put out. It was just like, TLDR. I'm sorry or good for you, I guess. I'm not reading all that. Like, it was just like, I don't need this. Did you trade Myles Garrett? What's the plan? And it was just word salad. But one of the things Andrew Berry kind of made clear was this is the new era of the Browns. We're transitioning to this new era. And I still would like to know what the new era is. Is it the post-Deshaun Watson era that's about to hit us next year? Is it the post-Myles Garrett era that you've just created now?
Yes.
Is it the welcome to our indoor stadium in 3 years and just kind of,
yes,
hey, forget about this team for another 3 years.
It's
we'll
any
eventually
and all
get
of those
there.
things. That's what it is. It's any and all of those things.
Bone, we've been doing the show for 2 hours, and I don't know if you like or hate this trade or not, to be honest.
Oh, I think that the move had to be done because if you just sit there and let him eventually just continue to eat up cap space, you're not getting any better. However, what I'm pissed off about is that they didn't do this last year when I and lots of other Browns fans were saying, that's probably the time to move him if you're going to move him. Instead, they did all this rigmarole BS where they said, oh, no, we got a plan. We got a plan. We're never moving. Myles Garrett's going to Canton with the Browns on his helmet. And it's like, great, fine. You did the deal. He said he saw the plan. And now a year later, we're like, oh, yeah, never mind. There's no plan.
Well, they
We're
couldn't
just
trade him
moving on
last
from
year
it.
because of the dead cap situation. You could maybe say, well, maybe they could have just dealt with it. But the problem is that they kicked the can down the road with the cap situation with Deshaun Watson so much that you couldn't have two players with a cap number as high as Deshaun Watson and Myles Garrett. They essentially had to wait after they restructured his deal.
Then stop calling Andrew Berry a genius, because then you could have reworked the deal and made something happen that would have given him a June 1st designation, some other thing. They basically missed out on the whole thing last year was we can't trade him and then get the first round pick in that draft. That was the reason last year, right?
Yeah.
Because they had to wait until after June 1st to trade him last year. They also had to wait until after June 1st to trade him this year.
Correct.
If you didn't pay attention, because they redid the deal and they redid it again this year, and then now he can finally get moved. So the answer to all of this, Dylan, is do I like this trade or not? I acknowledge the reality that this stupid franchise put themselves in when they signed Deshaun Watson 4 years ago. And it's good to know 4 years down, as we're almost done with it, now they finally have acknowledged it too, I guess. But a year too late, in my opinion. So, yeah, welcome to Cleveland, Jared Verse. I'm glad we got a first-round pick that'll probably be 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, and 32nd. And you better hope this team doesn't win more than 3 games because you need to be a top 3 pick next year. Like, that's the only thing that makes this trade worthwhile is if you are so bad in the top 5 that you can go get your quarterback.
You know you choose to do this to yourself, right?
What, be a Browns fan?
It's a choice.
I know.
We all make decisions in life that we have to live with.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not denying that I could easily just forget about this team and move on, but I can't easily forget about them because I've rooted for them my whole life.
Okay.
So I'm here now, and I feel like at some point this is the sunk cost fallacy. I put so much effort and stupidity into this. At some point, it's got to pay off.
It doesn't. It's gone. It's the thing. My wife is like, I'm like, we need to get rid of some stuff in the closet. And she's like, oh, well, I paid this much for these boots. Okay, well, you paid it in the past. We're not getting that money back.
Right.
And if you've worn the boots enough, you've probably gotten the value out of them anyway. Get rid of the damn boots. Stop being a Browns fan.
Right. You know what? I wish I knew how to quit them, but I don't. I just don't.
I think everyone's looking at the Micah Parsons trade and just on its face being like, oh, they got 2 first-round picks for him. I'm actually behind the rhetoric that Jared Verse is a first-round pick essentially in this deal. Like, he's a proven first-round pick. Like most first-round picks, you got like a 50-50 shot of them hitting or not. You kind of know that he's hit. He's played well enough that you know that he's a good player. Then you have the actual first-round pick and then the second and the third. They got more than the Micah Parsons haul, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this. And
those Packers picks are going to be late too.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Did the Browns is their defense better or worse off today?
Worse.
Okay. The defense is worse. with them losing the coordinator who made them awesome the last few years because they screwed that whole situation up because Jim Schwartz is no longer with the team because they told him he could be the coach of the team. And then they said, oopsie, never mind. Why don't you be the defensive coordinator, though? And he said, yeah, F you, and left. Now you got to work in a new defensive coordinator, new coaching staff, new all that. And you don't have Myles Garrett, the franchise player, who, by the way, never met your head coach. We all said, that's suspicious. Yeah. And everyone said, oh, don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. Oh, they reworked his deal? Are they going to trade him June 1st? Oh, that's so stupid. How would you even think that? Oh, hey. Turns out that was right. So now I'm at a point where I'm looking at this roster and I'm saying, did they do anything yesterday to get themselves closer to finding a quarterback in the near future? And I'm going to say that's in the next 18 months.
Yes.
The only positive you can say is they got a probably late first round pick next year that helps them possibly move up in the draft. But I'm telling you now, don't rely on moving up in that draft. Rely on you being bad. Because last year it was, the Jags will help us out. The Jags pick will help us be 2 top 10 picks. Maybe we can move. Nope. The Jags were too good for you. That pick didn't help you out. So do what I'm telling you, Browns. Go all in. Trade Denzel Ward. Trades off anybody who you think is any good, who's over the age of 26.
Yeah, who's not on their rookie deal, essentially.
Yes, not on their rookie deal. Trade all those guys away and say, we're tanking next year to get the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thought process. Like, you asked the question, are they any closer to getting a quarterback? Like, that all depends on if they're willing to try to be competent when they go and play, right? Like, they can control that. They made themselves worse yesterday. And they can continue to be worse.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do.
That's where we're. And so, again, as Browns fans, this is where you say, am I happy with this move? Yeah, from a business side, it makes sense. From a trying to fix your stupid organization for the 100th time since 1999.
Yeah, but how do you do that, though?
Like, my point is, sure, this kind of makes sense in that context. As a Browns fan who now has to watch, probably it's going to be another year of abjectly terrible football.
You don't have to watch.
Well, I do. I get paid to watch. But, for everybody else,
you could do like other people in this business do, and just you catch the highlights and you read an article.
That's
I know plenty of people who do that.
No, I'll watch this team. I'll watch every down.
Save your mental energy.
I watch every down of Ohio State football, Browns football, Bengals football. That's my commitment. Anything else beyond that, I try to watch as much as I can. Because like you said, I mean, there's only so many hours in the day.
Sure.
But those are the three that I try to watch every single down of, no matter if they're winning, losing, whatever.
You're a good man.
And this Browns team is going to be a painful watch. Now, yesterday, the trade that we heard about, kind of, if you were paying attention, but the Myles Garrett news kind of trade-mogged that out of the way. I don't know what the mogging is now these days. Anyway, Eagles agree to trade A.J. Brown to the Patriots for 2 draft picks. Patriots give up a first-round pick in 2028 and a 2027 fifth-round pick for A.J. Brown. This deal had been long rumored. It was thought this was going to happen. Everybody had pretty much almost reported it as happening, but it never did officially come to fruition until June 1st, which now it did because of the way the deals are all worked out. Do you like this move for either team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense for New England. You know, like there's history, obviously, between Vrabel and Brown, which I think makes sense. The concern for A.J. Brown was about his happiness and his engagement level.
Yeah.
And so now you give him a quarterback who wants to throw the football and probably will go under center and not just everything being in shotgun where his eyes are constantly on the defense. Like, he's getting the type of quarterback that he would like to catch the football from. I think his engagement level is going to go up. And we saw from New England, like, again, their path last year, you talk about the regular season, they caught some breaks in the postseason, but this is a team that's going to be really competitive. And if you can add another piece in there, a bona fide wide receiver one for a young quarterback in a revamped wide receiver room already, I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a good move for them. I will say the only thing that could have made this whole news day better yesterday between the Myles Garrett news.
Diana Rossini breaking it.
If Diana Rossini had broken back in and was like, not only into my back, but I got 2 news stories for you. Myles Garrett gone. A.J. Brown done. I'm Diana Rossini. Yeah, that would have been the way to roll back into things and get herself back in the good graces of everyone. But sadly, we didn't get that. We did, though, find out from Myles Garrett. I think if we were all paying attention, we could have known Myles Garrett wasn't going to be here this year. He basically told us that a few months ago. You'll hear the audio next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, good Tuesday morning to you. If you live in Delaware County, be aware we are still seeing US 42, a portion blocked off after a serious crash that happened just before 5:30 this morning involving two cars, too. We're talking from 23 to Jed's Place. You will not be able to get through. Instead, you will have to use an alternate route and really utilize those downtown roads. That includes London Road to North Sandusky Street to West Central Avenue. Eventually get you back northbound on 23. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
This is Gordon Miller for Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. As a third-generation family-owned business, I learned early on the importance of relationships and always looking out for the best interest of the consumer. So back in 1987, I witnessed firsthand how closing costs worked and did not like what I saw. Averaging upwards of $15,000, the cost of refinancing was so high, it prevented borrowers from lowering their payment, while the cash to close on a purchase was doubled. That's insane. So 39 years ago, I developed a loan option without any cost at all. Instead of using your money, we used the lender's money. The result? A zero closing cost mortgage. Fast forward to today, and we've now saved consumers over $500 million in needless fees. So before you hand your money over to your lender, call Miller Lending and see why a no-cost loan is right for you. 877-9-NO-COST, or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 250-2146.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
When you are a member of Tel-Ohio, your money works harder for you. Lock in 4% APY on a 24-month CD and watch your savings grow with a credit union built for its members. Visit telohio.org to learn more.
Federally insured by NCUA. Membership open to anyone in Ohio. Restrictions apply.
Your child's oral health milestones matter. By age 1, see a pediatric dentist to establish good oral health habits. At 7, see an orthodontist to check your child's bite, teeth, and jaws. Around 15, visit an oral and maxillofacial surgeon to have your child's wisdom teeth examined. Remember, milestones met, healthy teeth set. Visit milestonesmet.org.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
The Fan has a secret radio station. It's called The Fan 2. You can listen to the Bob and Tom Show, Jim Rome, and Buckeye stuff. Why do they pay me big money to whisper? The Fan 2 is on the Fan's HD2 channel and streaming on the Fan app. You're welcome. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll start off the work week with mostly to partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 50s. Then as we head into the afternoon, expect a nice mix of sun and clouds with highs in the upper 70s. For tonight, mostly cloudy overnight with our lows down into the 50s. And then for Tuesday, we'll see lots of sunshine in the forecast, breezy winds, and highs in the upper 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. No, I've never heard of the band on T-Bone's shirt either. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, it's Hot Take Tuesday right here on T-Bone and Tyvis. I got a couple for you, not related to sports at all. I wanted to get into a couple of food takes. This is for Dylan mainly. So the first one, I watch these commercials. This might not be as hot of a take. I don't need protein in my Cheerios. I certainly don't need fiber in my Pepsi. Why are we trying to make everything a health food?
Wait a second. There's fiber in Pepsi?
Yes, they came out with the new Pepsi that has fiber in it.
Is that what those retro-looking cans with the white on them? That's fiber?
Yeah, make you poop.
Fiber Pepsi.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
We
out
all
on
could
that.
use help pooping, Joshua.
No.
I take fiber. I take fiber supplement every day, but I don't need it in my Pepsi.
What are we? Yeah, I'm with you. I've said the protein thing, like, as someone who's tried to lose weight many a time, like, all they tell you is up your fiber, up your protein, don't eat the sugars and stuff, eat more of that, which is probably more accurate if you're eating like chicken, vegetables, things like that. But if you're literally like, oh yeah, I'm up in my protein, I'm eating candy bars and Pepsi, and that's where I'm getting my protein and fiber from, I don't know that that's necessarily the way to go about it. I'm thinking that's like a hack that doesn't work.
It doesn't. From a macro standpoint, it's a scam. Like the amount of protein for the calories that you consume, like it's literally all marketing. But nobody ever told anybody that you should put protein in the Cheerios. So
that I don't get.
I Googled the Pepsi fiber, and what comes up is Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. That's the name of it.
Oh, I got
Sometimes referred to as Pepsi 2.0.
2.0.
It combines the classic taste of Pepsi with 3 grams of prebiotic fiber, featuring just 30 calories and 5 grams of cane sugar.
This just sounds like someone in a room was like, what is popular in drinks right now? Oh, those poppy drinks are big? What do they have?
Just leave it to them.
Prebiotics? We need prebiotics in Pepsi. And
leave
it's like,
to them. We don't need that in Pepsi.
Yeah.
And then my other take is that vanilla ice cream is the only ice cream that needs to exist.
Okay.
What?
Okay, first I'm going to play that, and then I'm immediately going to play this. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play How Dare You, and I'm going to say swear words, because that's the worst. That's one of the worst things I've ever heard you say.
First, before you get in your take, I got to ask, like, are you a specific vanilla guy, like vanilla bean?
Vanilla bean in particular.
God, I can't tell the difference between vanilla bean, regular vanilla.
Because you've been eating
it's bland.
all of this stuff that has all of these flavors that don't need to be. You can't enjoy the original thing. That's the problem.
You're right. I can't.
That's the issue.
Much like our ancestors would have eaten like chicken, and it would have been like the size of your pinky finger, the amount of meat you got off those chickens that were running around wild. But
and
now
unseasoned and gross.
Right, unseasoned, probably not even cooked all the way through. But now I can go to any grocery store and for $5.99 get garlic and herb rotisserie chickens with breasts that'll make Pam Anderson blush. And that's what I'm used to now.
Is saying
so that's what I eat now.
That you shouldn't season your food. But everything
that's
beyond
seasoning the ice cream.
Everything
Rocky Road
beyond
is seasoning for ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream is unnecessary. Vanilla ice cream can go with just about anything.
But
you're not eating peach cobbler with chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
You're not doing that.
That is
You're not
true.
eating apple pie with strawberry ice cream. You're not doing that. Vanilla is the only one that needs to exist.
Okay, but by that logic then, why do you need anything with butter? Because butter's great on its own, but you would never put like all this extra stuff on steak. You put a little butter on a steak, it's great. The reason for that is because the butter is enhancing the actual thing you want to eat, which is the steak.
Chocolate
it's
enhances
actual
the
flavor.
Ice cream,
no,
personally.
I'm saying vanilla ice cream is the butter of ice cream, where it's like, yes, if you put it with other things like
so
apple
you don't
pie
like a vanilla
or
soft
peach
serve?
cobbler,
Like you won't go to
it's
Dairy
great.
Queen and just get a vanilla cone.
Nah.
What am I being punished?
No, that is what when I go to Dairy Queen, that is what I get.
You then dipped in chocolate, right?
No,
baby.
Just
Come
the vanilla ice cream.
That's an insane.
It's delicious. We don't enjoy the simple things in life enough.
I'm saying
this is a flaw in society.
Yes, and if like
we're
I
not
said,
happy with vanilla, so now we got to get all extra sexy with ice cream. Just eat the vanilla.
One, I like that you called it extra sexy. I'm going to now think of that as I'm getting cookie dough ice cream next. I'm like, I'm being extra sexy with it today. But also, yes, when we were hunter-gatherers and you stumbled across a patch of blueberries, it's like, here we go. What is this? Oh, yeah. Shawn Michaels is out here.
This is Joshua Perry when he gets ice cream.
Yeah.
No, this is a thing.
I'm going to be ordering up, like, what was the Stephen Colbert, like, ice cream that they had with Ben and Jerry's? And I'm just be like, he's a sexy boy. And just fireworks going off behind me.
This is a thing. We put all the extra whatever. So, like, if I'm cooking chicken, to your point,
right,
and I've got a spice cabinet, I am just putting salt and pepper on the chicken. Because if I'm going to enhance the flavor, I want the fresh herbs. I want the garlic to be fresh, the thyme, the rosemary, the sage, whatever we're doing. Right, I'll do that thing. But this idea of just let's throw any flavor, any way it comes. The strawberry ice cream doesn't taste like a strawberry. It tastes like something that is similar to strawberries.
I agree.
I don't need that.
I agree with you that the artificial strawberry flavoring is not as good as actual strawberries. However, like I was saying, when we were hunter-gatherers, right, and people were like, oh, look, a patch of blueberries, and you eat a couple of them. For those people, it was like a flavor explosion.
Sure.
Now I eat a blueberry, and it's like, this is
a problem with society, man.
I know it is, because they've put it all, but the problem is I live in society. I don't live in a fantasy world where on a spreadsheet we can say that, like, oh, this should taste good to you. Yes, but it doesn't. So I need the blueberries to be enhanced. I need my Pepsi to have fiber. I got to be honest. Your vanilla ice cream take, I don't play this lightly. That's what that is to me. That's loser talk. That's giving up.
Oh, you think it's loser talk?
Yes, it's loser talk.
No.
Yes, it's loser talk.
I would challenge people to just go with the simple, like go with the Lay's in the yellow bag instead of getting your barbecue chip. Go with the regular vanilla ice cream instead of getting your Rocky Road. I would challenge people to just do that for a little bit and just appreciate the thing for what it is.
You know what? Get your chicken and boil it. Don't even put any seasoning on it, and just eat the raw, the chicken, the flavor of the chicken. Let it come through.
The vanilla is just milk flavored, right? It's vanilla. The flavor is vanilla. It's a flavor, right? Like milk flavored ice cream would be the analog of boiled chicken.
All right. See, I know vanilla is a flavor. I am aware, actually, vanilla is one of the most expensive, flavors you can buy in the spice rack.
It is a great flavor.
When you get the real, which
I have in my pantry.
Is it Madagascar vanilla or something? The actual
pods.
vanilla pods that you scrape it out. I realize, when used properly by a real chef, but when I go to get the ice cream out of the ice cream out, I don't think I'm getting real vanilla in there either. I think that vanilla bean stuff, I think that's just, I don't know. It's delicious. It'd be coffee grinds from a used coffee filter for all I know. I don't know what it is in there. They just put some chemical on it to make it taste good. It's nothing. They're not putting real Madagascar vanilla in there. Get out of here. There's no chance of that.
I will admit, my favorite dessert is vanilla ice cream with a warm chocolate brownie, but that's because you're getting the contrast of the vanilla and the chocolate, the cold and the hot.
Interesting.
Thank you. I'm not
that nobody ever gets any of these things with other flavored ice cream.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's an interesting thing.
Vanilla's the only one.
It's the alpha ice cream.
Vanilla's the only one that's so bad.
No,
that you have to lay on something else that's actually tasty.
It is the alpha ice cream.
God. This is this is the alpha discussion. I think I don't know if we can go on with the show. I may have to find a new fill-in host here for Tyvis.
I told you guys. You guys were hyping it up.
Wild.
Oh, he's great. He does a great job. I told you, you might not feel that way.
We're 2 days in. I warned him on Friday that your food takes weren't better than Tyvis's. They were just different.
No, I know, but we also.
But I like pizza though, and I think.
But you like
pizza. Pizza tastes different where you get it in different places.
We both walk. Here's common ground. We both walk in today with Sheetz iced coffees.
That's right.
We even put some of the same sweetener in our coffee.
That's right.
We go to the same place to get coffee, so I know we have some common ground. I do the
what?
No sugar.
The no sugar what?
Fresh vanilla.
Yes.
All right.
As soon as you brought that up, I was like, he's destroying our argument. Why are you doing this?
I did also put caramel. I put caramel macchiato in it too, for what it's worth. I put a lot of flavor
For the
profile
sake
in
of
there.
science, I'm going to go home and have chocolate ice cream with the chocolate brownie and see if it's delicious. I'm sure it is.
do it.
And
Please.
Joshua's going to go home and get the vanilla creamer out and just chug it straight because apparently it's such a great flavor.
Just to prove a point.
Just go get it. All right, this is we should have seen this come with Myles Garrett. He was talking with Micah Parsons around the Super Bowl. Micah Parsons has a podcast. He was on it. Myles Garrett brought his Defensive Player of the Year trophies and had him there to kind of flex on Micah Parsons. And here is when Micah Parsons asked him, would you give that up to go chase a Super Bowl? Here's what he said.
Would you give that up for that Super Bowl? A chance Super Bowl? Oh, you can take both of them. A ring over everything. Now, these are nice. I like to keep running these back as long as I can. But that ring ain't nothing like that respect from your peers from getting the ring.
That's why he couldn't stay with the Browns.
It's anti-loser talk.
Right. It's not Cleveland. Okay. Don't get this twisted. It's not Cleveland is a town of losers. The Browns are a franchise of losers, and they love it when the losers hang out for their entire careers, and they can be great at their position. They can be great at what they do, but they don't want to win a championship. They're happy to just cash checks and go 4-13. That's fine with them. Myles Garrett actually said, the hell with that. I did this for 9 years. I played here when Deshaun Kaiser was a quarterback. No, thanks. I'm not going to watch this again. I'm out. Good for him.
I think there's also something you have to admit when you do that is that I'm not going to be the guy who can change this systemic losing issue. Because I do think that there are some guys who are like, oh, I can be the change. And I think there's power in admitting it's not going to be me.
Well, not only that is how much change can you be when it's been 30 years almost of abject failure?
Yeah.
They're counting down to the new stadium opening as like, maybe by 2029 we can be good when we put this thing indoors. Great. That's loser talk right there. All right, 2 minutes away. Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV meteorologist. She will join us. She's going to be out at the Memorial this week. We're going to be out there Thursday and Friday. We're going to get a forecast of what we can expect all this week and into the weekend with Meredith in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, good Tuesday morning to you. If you live in Delaware County, be aware we are still seeing US 42, a portion blocked off after a serious crash that happened just before 5:30 this morning involving two cars, too. We're talking from 23 to Jack's Place. You will not be able to get through. Instead, you will have to use an alternate route and really utilize those downtown roads. That includes London Road to North Sandusky Street to West Central Avenue. Eventually get you back northbound on 23. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and wouldn't this sound nice? Reduced joint pain, improved libido, restful sleep, and lower anxiety. Weight loss may be the goal, but the added benefits by doing it with Awaken 180 are endless. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. With our industry-leading selection of driving options, you'll find a job with the freight, home time, and schedule you've been looking for. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Don't wait. Find a job that offers the stability you need to fuel your career. Search jobs and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Don't wait for your AC to break down in the summer heat. Call Columbus Worthington Air for a $69 air conditioning tune-up. An AC tune-up can improve efficiency to help save money on energy bills and prevent costly breakdowns. Trust the local experts for reliable service 7 days a week, backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Proudly serving Columbus homeowners for 90 years and counting. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. Great cars, great deals, Great Lakes. GLakesHyundai.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Two men, one appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, Joshua Perry is in for Tyvis Powell. Congrats, by the way, to Laurencia and Tyvis. They had their young baby boy, baby Tsunami, arrived on these shores less than an hour ago. 8 pounds, 4 ounces, 20 inches. Congrats to them. We are very happy for them. Now, I say all that to say I'm glad you're here, Joshua, filling in while Tyvis is off with his family. However, I thought the food takes were going to get better while he was gone. They have not. Because, yes, last segment, Hot Take Tuesday, JP hit us with vanilla ice cream. Is the alpha ice cream? Is that what you call it?
The alpha. It is.
Okay.
The alpha and the omega.
Snagglepuss on Twitter tweeted at you, me, Dylan, and Bone and Tyvis and said, Joshua, vanilla ice cream lives matter. Bone is wrong.
Yeah, the whites are good.
Thank you. We are plain and simple people who live amongst complex asshats. Hey, come on now.
Ready to go.
No, I can't go with you on vanilla ice cream is the superior flavor.
It is.
I can't.
It is.
I
And
can't
this
get
isn't
with
to
that.
say that I don't enjoy other flavors, right? Like cake batter flavored ice cream from Cold Stone is one of my favorite indulgences. But my North Star, the alpha to me, is vanilla, particularly vanilla bean. But I'll take it in all types of iterations.
Okay, but like I would still say cake batter is kind of like very vanilla adjacent. Like
it is. I like the dark
don't
chocolate ice cream from there as well, but I don't like milk chocolate very much. I like dark chocolate particularly. There's more depth of flavor.
You know, I will say, and I'm not poking fun. I genuinely do have to realize
poke
it's
fun.
like you have like food allergies that prevent you from enjoying parts of the
I forgot about that.
So like but I'm saying like that's a part of things where I'm like, oh man, I would go get like Reese's peanut butter cup in a blizzard. That's not a thing you're gonna do. So I do
but
get
I can get chocolate chips if I wanted to, or like, whatever the case is. I can eat Oreo ice cream all day. I just don't prefer it.
I came in at just the right time.
Yeah, see, Meredith Garfalo just walked in. We're talking about ice cream. So Joshua Perry has some very interesting takes on ice cream. His thought is that, you let her know.
Vanilla ice cream is the only necessary ice cream flavor, is the alpha ice cream.
Okay.
And he was giving me hell.
I said it's a hot take Tuesday, so that was definitely a hot take. We also call that loser talk around it because that just feels like giving up.
Wow.
Are you a vanilla ice cream fan?
Well, it depends what's in it. I can't just eat it by itself, so I can kind of understand.
Thank you.
But I do have to say, I do love a good chocolate ice cream with fresh peanut butter in it.
Oh, see, now here's the thing. JP has food allergies.
I'm allergic.
Can't do peanuts.
Ugh.
That's what I'm saying is like you don't know the joy of that, and I understand it. But that would actually makes me understand it more because once I've experienced that, it's like vanilla ice cream is like nothing to me now.
I guess there are a million different flavors that I can have though, and none of them measure up.
That's fair. You're right. Okay,
they don't measure
That's
up. They could never. Really.
I'm happy for you. Both times you brought up your allergies, you just shrugged your shoulders like you're not missing out on much. I'm glad you've convinced yourself of that. I'm proud of you for that.
Listen,
you're lying to yourself.
As big as I am, I haven't missed very many things when it comes to consuming food. Okay, so I don't think I've really missed anything. I'd be even bigger if I could eat PB&J sandwiches.
Yeah, really. Your food allergy is the only thing keeping you from looking like me. That's really what we have going on. I think that's what.
Wow. Boy, I picked a good day to come in.
Yes, you did, Meredith. All right, so a little thing called the Memorial is coming up this weekend. Tomorrow, I believe, is the Pro-Am.
Yes.
Rothman and Ice are going to be out there noon to 3 tomorrow. Them, Bishop and Friends, and us, we are going to be all out there starting Thursday and Friday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Meredith, you're going to be broadcasting there on 10 TV.
Earlier.
So the fan, what time do you have to get there?
Well, I'll probably have to get there by 4:30, so I'll probably be walking in with hopefully Peyton Manning and Luke Bryant. And if you guys are listening right now, please come over when I'm doing the weather and say hi, because I would love to talk about each individual golfer's personal weather favorites, because as a golfer myself, there's good and bad weather to golf in.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's go with that. What's a good weather forecast for golf if you had to pick the perfect golf day?
Perfect golf day. I mean, you want sun with a little bit of cloud, so you're not like dying in the heat. But I like golfing in the 70s. I think like the mid 70s is a really nice golf day. You start to get into the 80s, you get the humidity, and you're just exhausted. And if you're walking, forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see sometimes like out west, especially if you look in like Vegas, like around there's some great golf courses supposedly, but then I think it's 100 degrees. How great can it? I know it's dry.
It's dry.
But it's dry heat, but like
they might be dry. The heat might be dry, but not the people playing.
No, not at all.
That's right. A lot of people enjoying themselves on the getting the golf carts coming out and the drink carts.
Yeah, that's right. For sure. That's right.
So speaking of perfect weather for golf, what are we looking at this weekend? Where are we at Thursday, Friday, and beyond?
Oh, Well, Thursday, Friday is going to get really hot. We're going to see temperatures eventually getting into the upper 80s this weekend, but the humidity, thankfully, this week has been low. I am a little concerned this weekend with the upper 80s because the humidity is going to start to go back up. There's some rain chances in the forecast, so we're probably going to have some feels like in the 90s, and so... Look, I know everyone wants to go and have a good time if you're watching the players, but just hydrate with something other than liquor and beer because it'll help you get through the day, honestly. Yeah. I mean, it's going to get really hot, and if you're not hydrated, you're going to get dehydrated. And the last thing you want to be is that person who we have to show on the news that passed out at the Memorial Tournament.
And we will show it.
Yes.
Like 100% have to show it. I agree with you. You have to get those people on TV. We have to show it. I think that's necessary.
It is.
It's context.
No doubt. If there was a day that you would pick to go out there, which one?
I would say out of the 4, maybe Thursday or Friday. One, Saturday and Sunday are going to be packed already because it's the weekend. But that's also when we have some afternoon chances of storms. So there's chances there could be delays. I don't think it's going to be a widespread thing that's going to cancel the event. Knock on wood. I mean, we're still several days out, but I do think we might see some pop-up showers and storms. But what's a good game of golf in Muirfield if you're not going to have some rain?
Yeah.
That's good luck.
You know what? And I'll give a little bit of like good vibes to this because was that last week? Yeah, no, 2 weeks ago we went to the Indy 500. My weekends are all running together. Week and a half ago went to the Indy 500, and all that weekend it was like, oh, Sunday rain is coming. The like drivers on the radios were like, you better get up as quick as you can to the front because they're going to have rain and it could cancel the race or you could shorten the race. All that stuff. They had like 2 stoppages for like 5 minutes with a little bit of drizzle, immediately dried off. They got the whole race in. It went all around Indianapolis. It hit everywhere else, but it didn't hit the speedway. Let's hope that's what we get this week in Dublin, right? It can be. You can have all these chances in Franklin County, but that doesn't mean it's hitting up in Muirfield, right?
Exactly. I'm going 40%. So that means 40% of Central Ohio. So let's hope Muirfield, Dublin is not in that 40%. Let's say all of Columbus or everyone who's listening, because we don't need another weekend of rain. That was just
I don't know.
gross.
My lawn likes it though. I'm in that phase of life.
While you're at work, though, it's okay. It can rain all day at work, and then you're off, and it should be sunny and pretty.
Yeah, I agree with all. Or you know what? It can rain overnight. Sure. Like once we,
That's true.
like
then I have to drive to work at 3:30 in the morning.
That's tough for you. Are you bringing your notepad out there? Take some notes watching the pros.
Definitely, because my mid game is struggling. I'm starting to get better at chipping and putting, but that mid. I have a 3 hybrid for those of you who are golfers, and I can either hit it amazing and everyone's like, oh my God, did she just hit that ball? And I'm like, yep. Or I top it where you hit it just over the top and it goes like 2 feet. And then you're like, what is going on?
That is one of the most humbling feelings like that you can experience in life is where you have this great golf swing and you see the ball go 5 feet away and you're like,
or you miss, or you swing and miss, and you have to be like, oh, no, that was a practice swing.
Practice,
exactly.
yeah, right.
Nope.
By the way, I know you are a Cleveland gal. You are a Browns fan. Myles Garrett's gone. You gonna make it? You're all right with this?
You know what?
We're getting picks back, and Jared Verse is a decent defensive end.
I am excited about that because I do want to grow the team. It is a sad thing. However, as we all know, and if you know me well enough, my guy is a Rams fan, and so I'm not really losing it because I cheer for the Rams, but I'm not cheering for the Browns. So it's kind of keeping it in the family, as I'll say.
See, at least somebody's happy.
As it is. I mean, I'm still sad about it, but I was like, okay, well, if I have to get a Rams jersey, at least it's a guy that I know and love on the team already.
Yeah, that is awesome. Now that works out for you.
Yeah.
I did see someone in our chat brought up that, like, if Matthew Stafford were to get hurt this year for the Rams, which obviously no one's rooting for, but if that happened, would they want to go out and get a veteran quarterback who's been there, done that? And would the Browns be willing to work another deal for Deshaun Watson to go to the Rams? And then the thought was, what if they won with Deshaun Watson and the Browns didn't? That would be the ultimate, like Myles Garrett, Deshaun Watson winning in L.A. No, thank you. Exactly right. Yeah. All right, so Thursday, Friday, looking better than Saturday, Sunday, but fingers crossed we'll get all the golf in and hopefully avoid the rain showers over the weekend.
The big thing is, again, the heat, the sunscreen. Don't get burned. Don't be dehydrated. Don't be that person. Be the fun person. And come over and say hi to me and say hi to the guys, too, at our booth for the fan, because it'll be a fun, high-energy weekend, I think.
Yeah, the fan booth is right over by, like, the practice green. So if you know where that is, when you kind of walk in the big main entrance, we're right there. It's hard to miss us. So come by, say hi, and we will all be there. Meredith?
And I will be in my best golf outfits.
There you
so
go.
if you
There
want
you
some
go.
good fashion for your wives and girlfriends, come find me. I'll give you some tips.
Perfect. There you go. I will be in what barely passes as golf attire because that's all I have. I'm not a golfer, but I'll take it. Meredith, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
10 TV, 10 Plus for all the latest forecasts. And of course, you'll hear her right in the middle of all of our updates as well. She'll have those weather updates for you. We'll hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Authorities still investigating after a serious crash in Delaware County. Because of it, we are still seeing a portion of 42 closed in both directions from US 23 all the way towards Jets Place. For that detour, you will have to get off nice and early, especially if you're traveling southbound on 23, and really use some downtown roads. We're talking West Central Avenue, North Sandusky Street, and even London Road. Take that westbound, get you back going eventually southbound on US 42. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Get your vehicle summer ready at your local AAA Tire and Auto Service. Save $50 on an air conditioning recharge. Offer includes a free electronic multi-point inspection of your vehicle. Terms apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th.
Your plate is full every morning thanks to the $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. Freshly brewed coffee, a hearty breakfast sandwich with a freshly cracked egg, and a daily baked donut. All of that for just $6. Yeah, that is a full plate for sure, but it's one less thing on your plate to worry about. So enjoy it to its fullest. The $6 Tim's Trio, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons, at participating U.S. restaurants.
Ready to move? Open an Ohio Homebuyer Plus account at CME Federal Credit Union and earn 6.5% APY for up to 5 years. Ready to buy? Lock in a 5/1 ARM mortgage at just 5% APR. Learn more at cmefcu.org.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting Hoo Day, the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit profootballhof.com and plan your visit today.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No. New window. Operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
You got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Bishop and Friends.
You can't bring that up in our house. I don't want to hear about it, and certainly my wife doesn't want to hear about it. So we're just going to act like it's not going to happen and then deal with it.
The days are long, the years are fast, right?
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Eric Reese are joining the program from Bishop and Friends. Good morning, Reese.
Gentlemen, good morning.
We, as you may have heard, it's a Hot Take Tuesday today. We have been hot taking our way through the various discussions of Browns trades. We've talked a little bit about quarterbacks and media. We had a fun discussion about that. But the number one thing that got everyone talking today was the fact that Joshua Perry said, "Oh yeah, vanilla ice cream." Well, what you say it. I don't want to get it wrong.
The only necessary ice cream flavor is vanilla.
That is
It's a hot one.
Hot take.
You will need gloves to handle that.
It's not a vanilla take. It's not boring.
Sure
It's
isn't.
actually very non-vanilla, this type of take.
This is the other thing, too. Like, I hate when people say vanilla to mean boring. To me, vanilla is original. It's the classic, right? So, like, this is, again, it's the North Star when it comes to the ice cream, vanilla. And then everything else is fine. You can add it if you want to, but it is not necessary like vanilla is.
Okay. I can't go with you. I'm just telling you right now.
I can't meet you there
like
either.
Even Meat Sweats tweeted us and said your take on like putting vanilla ice cream on apple pie, that is an ultimate dessert combo, and it would be, you couldn't do that with any other ice cream. And he said actually salted caramel is great on apple pie, like salted caramel ice cream specifically.
So basically salt and then burnt sugar.
Yeah, but those are flavors that are additional to just vanilla.
For sure.
They are added to vanilla ice cream to make it better.
But part of this, too, just understanding what that is, because everybody's like, vanilla's boring. There's not a lot to it. Like, you added salt and sugar. Like, those are also pretty boring things on their own, too. But we understand how those can enhance when paired with other things, how that can be a good thing as it stands on its own. That's all I'm getting at.
I believe Cat Williams had a line about caramel when talking about sugar, or he may have been talking about some other substance. I'm not sure, but he said, nature made it that way. And if you should just set it on fire, it has some effects. And that's what happens to sugar is you just set it on fire.
He was talking about sugar.
It caramelizes. It just caramelizes like that, and it tastes awesome. And there's no other way to take that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he was talking about. What was that? Thank you. All right, so fine. I'm just saying. I'll take a salted caramel every day of the week.
Have you seen that? You said go with me. You said I can't go with you or whatever. Have you seen that interview that Oprah did of Whitney Houston? And Whitney was trying to explain her consumption of illicit things.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And Oprah wasn't getting it. And so she's like, Oprah, go with me here. And it just, that's a quote that plays in my head over and over.
I do remember this interview now. And it was a very striking interview. We'll put it that way. So you're a Browns fan, Reese.
Yes.
I'm sure you have plenty of thoughts coming up top of the hour with regards to the decision for Myles Garrett.
So over the last 2 years, I've given my thoughts about what the Browns should do with Myles. I forget if it might have been 2 seasons ago when Kevin Stefanski did the every series gets a new quarterback game against the Baltimore Ravens.
That was fun.
And I forget which station or which channel provided the broadcast, but they did a feature on Myles Garrett. And at that point, I was like, you got to trade him.
Yeah.
And that was 2 seasons ago. And every time there has been a deadline, it's been trade him. When they extended him and they gave him cupcakes and dinosaur figures, I said trade him.
Yeah.
And then, so it was late last week, Albert Breer said that post June 1, the financials make sense to trade him. And I'm glad they did. They did the right thing. The direction of the Cleveland Browns is building towards Brook Park. Myles Garrett, in his early 30s, you would figure his career's trending down. Now, he's still going to be one of the better defensive players over the next couple of seasons, but the Browns are going to go from competitive losses to just losses now. What's the difference in the NFL then?
Right. No. I agree. Either be bad or be awesome, but none of this like win 8 games and float around the wild card spot.
They shouldn't do that.
That does nothing.
Especially if
an organization that has no quarterback. If you have no quarterback, it does nothing for you to be in that middle ground.
So what they did yesterday told me that they're not quite sure the quarterback of the future is on this roster. I think that's great that they're coming to that admission.
Yeah.
So that they have now draft capital to make a move. I don't think they're as stout as some of the other teams in terms of draft positioning for next season, for 2027, I should say. But at least this gives them a fighter's chance to get the guy that they want.
What frustrates me is that when they redid Myles Garrett's deal, a lot of people looked at that and said, if they were going to trade him this summer, say June 1st or later, this would be the type of thing you would do. And there were a lot of people who just said, nah, that's not what it is. You don't know the Browns.
The best player in the history of your franchise is a wild thing to conceptualize.
Well, but what I'm saying is, like you've pointed out, this is the move you make when you're a franchise that does not have an answer at quarterback and kind of screwed themselves, did screw themselves by making this Deshaun Watson horrible decision. Everyone's seen that they needed to do something like this. I just wonder if they did it too late. That's my question is, would this have been better to do 2 years ago or even last offseason? But
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, which I rarely do for the Browns. Better late than never, brother.
That's fine.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Plus, the Cavs called and they said analytically, Verse could be better than Myles Garrett.
Hey, look at that.
Analytically,
yes. Sure. There you go. So, Bishop and Friends, what do you guys have cooking
We'll have
today?
plenty of that. There were a couple other moves in the NFL yesterday that were fun, right? That make this next season, I think, fun. Without actually having played a game just yet. Tuesdays with Tabera will be at 10:30. We're not sure where Dom is. We know his Twitter got hacked.
Oh, no.
So he's dealing with some issues there, whether he's in studio or out at Muirfield Village.
Come on, boy, mount me.
That was, I heard when he told that story.
He's done that a couple times.
That was insane.
And only he could get away with that in an office setting.
Come on, boy, mount me.
Everyone else gets an email about an HR meeting.
Yeah, he doesn't know the two letters H and R together.
No.
Andrew Siciliano.
It's followed by block, if it's anything. That's all he knows, right? Yeah.
11:30, Andrew Siciliano, the Browns Radio Network. Andrew Barry is going to speak at 10 o'clock, so we're going to try to bring you some of his press conference just to kind of explain where things. I mean, they were doing the trade on the golf course yesterday.
No, that was the wildest thing. When I saw him talk to the meeting, he's like, "Yeah, there's a deal. It's not done, but we're trading Myles Garrett, but we don't have all the particulars worked out yet." And it's like, anyway, I'm really here to focus on the Cleveland Browns Foundation. And it was just like, good, I get it. You have to be there. Kind of weird that you're talking about this while it's all happening, but
where people say deals get done.
That is true.
Most of the business, yes,
sure,
happens there. So 9 to noon, you'll get all of that. And whatever the hell at 10:30 with Dom.
Yeah, stick around for that for sure. All right, that is Bishop and Friends coming up 9 to noon right here on The Fan.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, so you may know about Scottie Pippen and Larsa Pippen. They went through a very public divorce, and then Larsa Pippen dated, among other people, Michael Jordan's kid, which is bizarre. Anyway, she also dated many other people, and one of Scottie's son, not the one who's coming to play here at Ohio State, but Preston Pippen opened up on Netflix's Calabasas Confidential. Didn't know that was a show. Good for them. He talked about his mom's affair, and he actually got emotional talking about it by saying that it was a weird place. He said one of the alleged affairs that she had was with the rapper Future, and that apparently at school, kids would play Future songs for him. Say, this is what your mom's doing.
She made life for her kids really difficult.
Yes, you got to think about the consequences is all I'm saying, Larsa. That's rough.
That's elite bullying, and I'm not an advocate of bullying in schools.
No.
However, if you're going to do it, that is elite.
I mean, that is, well, when you give, I mean, it's right there.
Yes.
It's everyone has a phone. Everyone has songs that you can get on it. And if you know that.
You're just playing music. You're not doing anything wrong.
Of course.
That's a rough, like you're just walking by. He said, kids at school, like my friends, would play music by a rapper that my mom was talking to at the time. And it was just crappy. He said another word, but I'll clean it up. Anyway, so he said, I'm kind of removed from it now, so it's easier to talk about. I bet it is. Not at the time. That's it for us. Bishop and Friends coming up next. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you're heading towards that north side of Columbus, especially from downtown, be aware we are seeing the left lane blocked on 71. It's that northbound direction at North Broadway out there because of a crash. Also over here on the east side, just outside of Bryce, expect some lane closures on West Bryce Road. It's that southbound direction near 70 westbound. I'm 10 TV's Karina Albizu with you.